Okay. Okay, let's get the show started, guys. If you do have any questions, any chart requests midstream, by all means. So those will be some of the names I'm looking at. All right. Okay, top of the morning, traders, and happy Tuesday, April 14th. Welcome to the most value packed live trading show where we live trade, break down charts, cover impact events, and talk trader mindset. Hope everyone had a great day yesterday and is ready to kick off another opportunity-filled day. Today, we're looking to gap up. We did have PPI data that came in. So off the open, let the market digest the data. We are seeing some movement in some of those names. We are seeing some movement in the Qs. We're seeing some movement in SPY, and all those names are set to gap up to open things up. And of course, we're going to open up above that daily upside breaker. So folks on YouTube, as you're coming in, make sure to smash the like button. Our goal today is to get to 200 subs. We can get there by 100 subs at a time. Right out the gate, we're seeing the Dow sell off here a little bit, coming to test that daily upside breaker. Now, VWAP, we talked about that 482.28 level. We want to see how we interact with that level there. So SPY, nice gap up on SPY, trading right below February 27th gap. So we're in the jaws of February 27th gap, and we're looking to fill that February 27th gap if we get into this territory here. Okay, the February 27th gap is up for grabs. We're in the jaws of February 27th gap, and we actually have a nice little key zone in this area between February 27th gap along with that monthly upside breaker. We have a key zone up here. We have a key zone down here as well. So we're sandwiched between those two key zones. Key zone right here is that daily upside breaker. Prior day's highs at February 27th's bottom of the gap, okay, or the G50 on February 27th. So these two key zones will provide us a lot of insight, and what kind of interaction we get in that territory will give us a lot of insight as well. Okay, good morning. Exxon Mobil falling off a cliff below pre-market low. We're seeing Palantir bounce off that daily upside breaker, looking to push above PMH. Tesla is above that PMH. Intel, good night, falls below PML aggressively. Looks like Broadcom wants to push into the 380.19, the PMH. Walmart fell below pre-market low. Nvidia's out here. Nvidia broke above that 191 at 191.11. That PMH continues to expand. Nvidia's in the 192s. That 190 was a major reclaim. Palantir starting to go as well. So a lot of names moving, shaking, and baking. So we'll be patient. We'll wait for the price to settle, and we'll find our spot, and we're ready to go. Okay. Good morning, E-Bomb. Good morning. Enter the Q's puts. Good morning, guys. Make sure to like the video as you're coming in. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like and subscribe as you're coming in. Okay. Goal today is 150 likes before 10:30. We can get it done, guys. We can get that done. If you're a first-time viewer, let us know where you're joining from. Okay. Now we're coming into this territory up here again. Another day where we open. Okay, the ATR is below 60 at the open. ATR is below 60 at the open. Qs are looking to take that PMH to 621.70. The Dow getting dragged a little lower, so SPY's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Okay, so let the market digest. If you're taking a 5-minute order, mark out your levels, know what your entry model is going to be, and look to take advantage of the setup. If you're continuing to wait, continue to be patient. Good morning, 1036 Rich. Good morning, Thomas. Good morning, Venkat. Long time no see. Good morning, E-Bomb. Good morning, guys. Okay. Let's see if that continued push here. Netflix got above that 100 nicely. Netflix 104. So when we open up right away, unless I trade the first opening bell, right, I just let the action settle. I let it do what it's doing. If a name's looking to break out, I want to see it continue to break out. I'll keep a close eye on it. Now I'm just looking for that pullback or a continued expansion of a certain level. If the Dow can hold that 482.28 and start to go hammer on the 5, that can give us some room to get above this territory up here. Okay, we already triggered that monthly upside breaker. So if we go to the monthly time frame, team, we're going to see that we are above. We are directional on the month. We are directional on the month, and the VIX is at the 18 level. Okay, so the VIX, When it's very, very low, okay, it becomes, I don't want to say rendered useless. We'll still keep an eye on it from a level to level standpoint, but it doesn't give us much read. So we're going to have to really rely on the technicals, and we're going to on the chart and market context. Okay. What time do you start your live? So we are live right now. So 9:30 a.m. we start on YouTube. Before that, we do the pre-market prep, where we go over everything in the pre-market. Okay. Make sure to like the video as you're coming in, guys. Make sure to like the video. First time viewers, drop a 1 in the chat. Drop the 1s. Long time viewers, drop the 2s. Okay, long time viewers, the Qs are above that PMH. So what's really carrying the Qs, NVIDIA continues to go. So I'm looking for some potential candidates for Shockwave here. Palantir is a candidate. Amazon showing some strength there. Apple showing some strength as well. Exxon and Walmart falling off a cliff. Intel is selling off. See if Intel can start to recover. Tesla, nasty trap on Tesla. Tesla is very trappy. It gets above PMH. Okay, gets above that 359.90. Gets all the way to 361.31. That's your TP area. And all of a sudden, it just completely collapses. And now it's at that 357 territory. So a $4 swing on Tesla from the top. From where it started to the highs, back to the lows. NVIDIA, nasty wick there as well. So again, trading the opening bell. All right, you have to know what you're doing. If that's not your strong suit, you're going to have to wait a little bit and wait for price to settle down. Good morning, Jose. Good morning, Hussein. Good morning, good morning. Gap update. Thank you, Leon. Turbo, good morning. Gary, good morning. Joe, good morning. Lynn, good morning. Some of the scenarios. Okay. Okay, so Qs are above that PMH. SPY is looking to stay above that PMH. It's right at that PMH. In the meantime, we just need the VIX to stay below that 1850. VIX is going to start to slow down. The Dow's starting to get on board. Dow's starting to get on board here. All right, so the $1 million question for first shift is hold this level, hold or fold. Okay, so put in the chat, hold or fold. What do you guys think? Do we hold, fold? And now we're at the 690s. So all-time highs are within striking distance. All-time highs are within striking distance. Good morning, guys on YouTube. Good morning, SMC Queen. Good morning, Mort, Vanus, Nico. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Make sure to like the video as you're coming in, guys. As you're coming in, hit the like button. As you're coming in, hit the like button. So we got hold. Idea input, small loss, we get a good exit. So all we need what the Dow was dragging us lower earlier, and now the fact that it bounced off that 482.28, right? Key level we discussed in pre-market, that gives everything that pusher needs. Okay, so this retest is going to be will await us here. PMH is in that territory as well. PMH is in that territory as well. Okay, if VWAP comes into that as well, that gives us a nice retest area for a key zone. All right, that's gonna be there for us. All-time high. Yeah, we're about $6, $6-7 away. So that is possible. That's within our daily ATR. Okay, that's within our daily ATR. We're moving about $9 per day. Okay, our range is about $9 per day. So from where we started, okay, that is very possible that we can get there, but that would be an ultra bullish case. Ultra bullish case for us to get there. So that'll be the poll question for today. Okay, that'll be the poll question for today. Do we make all-time highs today? Do we make all-time highs today? Simple yes or no. Let's see what the chat and you guys think. Okay, so answer the poll question. Now, some candidates for Shockwave. For me, I like those candidates are going to be Apple. Apple is a candidate. Palantir. Nvidia. See if Nvidia can get itself together there. Look at this nasty wick on Nvidia, guys. Strikers. You see that? It pumps and then it dumps. Apple is also a candidate for a retest. If you're looking for a retest on Apple, 260.18, 260, 260.18, 260. Between that PMH, that daily upside breaker, along with that 260 psychological level. Okay, Apple can provide a nice little opportunity there. We'll set an alert there for Apple. That's a candidate. PLTR, guys, PLTR. PLTR continues to push. PLTR is a nice key zone in this area. Okay. As it continues to go, if you're looking for that daily upside breaker, daily upside breaker on PLTR, that already took place. That retest already took place this morning, 134.42. Now, see the remnants of that daily upside breaker retest. Where does that lead us to? All right, so far, SPY continues to climb. Slow grind higher as a profile. Slow grind higher as a profile. You can see the VIX does not move as much. So there's an art to using the VIX. Okay, there's an art to using the VIX. PLTR 135.54 retest. Tesla starting to bounce off that PMH. Off that PML sweep. Look what Tesla did. Tesla grabbed that PMH and grabbed that PML in one candle. All right. Okay. So we are seeing some movement in some of these names. Exxon continues to sell off. Intel continues to sell off. So 57% of the chat says no today. 690 is approaching. So we came back, retested it, continued to expand. The Dow's on fire. The Dow's above PMH. If we can come back to this territory, I'll be there for it. Key zone retest, I will be there for it. $690. We have room to 690. So we gapped up. We haven't even came into the jaws of the gap. Okay, a lot of buying pressure. Okay, 690 is coming up next. 690 is coming up next, team. 690 is coming up next. 25%. Beautiful job. Yep, so nice trade there. Nice trade there, Jose. Right, everything is pumping. More than likely, energy is going to start to dump. I'm waiting for something technical. Great trade there. Meta, our friend Meta. Yeah, Meta also looks clean trade wins. So Meta also looks clean. So Meta, Apple, Palantir, Amazon, some good candidates for Shockwave. SPY, guys, SPY just right out the gate continues to grind higher. 690. Did we overtake the 690? And then now we're above this territory. Okay. So in the pre-market prep, we discussed if we can get above this, we have a massive runway. All right. Do we have enough fuel to fill this runway? Okay. Do we have enough fuel to fill this runway? and reestablish control above that major rejection zone. All right, so 6.9 is going to be that first test. Beautiful job, Lambish. 27% SPX calls. Good. There we go. 690 coming up. It really came down to how the Dow bounced off that 482.28. Qs continue to accelerate above that PMH. Laggard in this case is small caps. Okay, small caps inside on the 5. If you're taking Shockwave, that means you're gonna take that 690 break. 690 break. Shockwave candidate, Meta's a potential candidate there. Taking a close look at Meta. Meta is off to a hot start. Meta, Palantir as well. Keeping a close eye on Palantir. Apple, Meta, Apple, Palantir, some Shockwave candidates. Looks like Meta's already gone. We'll keep a close eye on SPY here as it interacts with that 690. So if you took profit at 690, tremendous job. Right, ran from there all the way to 690. Meta's going here. Okay, Meta's going. See if that signal can be printed on Meta. Stay printed on Meta, that'd be great. So keep a close eye on the calls on Meta. Okay, see if you can just cool off there, come back into it a little bit, and I'll be there for Meta. If you're already in, manage accordingly. Keep in mind you're buying those contracts. You're buying those contracts at the highs and looking to sell higher. There's momentum. Okay, no entry yet. Keeping a close eye on Meta at that 648.07. SPY 690 break. That's what we need there. SPY 690 break. So if you are taking Shockwave on SPY, what you want to pay close attention to is how we interact with that 690. QQQ is starting to wake up as well. So the only thing that's triggered so far is Meta. See if that can hold. And Meta will be a make or break. And the 650s, 660s are a little out there, but it's one day out. All right, 650s, spreads. Just be mindful of the spreads on those contracts. About a 20-cent spread. All right, so Meta looks like Meta's gone. If you took Meta, congratulations. Anyone take Meta? Off that retest, 648.07 retest came right to it. Yeah, Meta, guys, that was nice. Meta. Look at Meta. Out of here. Let me put on the big screen. Took off. Okay, so Meta's gone. Walmart trying to catch a bit off those lows. Man, Meta was nice. Meta moving nicely. Okay, so SPY still waiting for SPY above 689.97. That coincides with, of course, that 690 psychological level. Okay, 50% NVIDIA. Beautiful job, Carlos. NVIDIA. That might have been off the open. Okay, see if SPY can start to course correct. If you took Meta, TP where you need to. So this is not a dip buy. This is a momentum. So buying high, looking to sell higher. So the entry has to be at 648.07 or lower. You'd be in good position. It's already at the 650s. Meta 641.90. A little extended. Yeah, it is little extended. Trade wins, especially for that dip buy, for that momentum, that break. It was a nice entry. Meta, that 15-minute chart on Meta looks clean. Meta, scale out if you need to. Scale out on Meta if you need to. That's already up $2. Meta is already up $2. Make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to subscribe. Subscribe. Yeah, Meta's contract's very pricey. So if it doesn't make sense to you, you don't have to take it, right? Especially if you haven't traded these names before. So when it comes to these individual names, all right, there's a difference in their contracts. There's their IVs different. Their spreads are different. Okay, so it takes a little bit of an advanced technique to get the best contracts. And what's holding us back here is small caps. Beautiful job, Lynn. So AI alert came in clutch for one of our members, Mara. Man, Meta's giving me a little FOMO here. Meta was nice. Look at Meta. Anyone catch Meta? Any strikers catch Meta? It's about to hit target. So don't chase. Okay, so once something is triggered, okay, is left the station. If you wait for pullbacks on other EMAs, that's a different technique. That's a different strategy. That's a different technique. That's a different strategy. Google scale out as well. Amazon is coming up next. Scale out on Amazon. Amazon scale out on Google. Google's left the station. So Meta scale out. That's about close to $3 there, guys, on Meta. Amazon starting to fuel. So all these are momentum-based setups. They're not the dip buys. Dips or bounces. It's a different technique. Broadcom starting to brew as well. Broadcom starting to brew above that 381.80. Okay, we have that daily upside breaker right there. We have a lot of levels in that territory. On Broadcom, we have that PMH as well. The biggest danger on Broadcom here is double top. Okay, so let it settle there. SPY, nice start on SPY. Now starting to get hesitant at that 690. So we want to see a decisive move at that 690. Q's already broke level. Q's already broke those highs. So Q's did break already. We got the Meta trade wins at 642. Beautiful job. Anyone else? Anyone else? If you're waiting for SPY, continue to wait. If you are waiting for SPY, continue to wait. Qs do have my attention as tech starts to rally. Looking at the 623s. I'm going to go to SPY here so I can see SPY. QQQ will be a make or break, meaning conservative risk. Stop me out. You want to see that get printed there if it continues to push. The big hurdle for SPY is at 690. Broadcom starting to go, so Meta already went. Meta already went, so Google continues to go. Meta pulling back after TP hit. So Meta pulling back after TP hit. Apple's coming back for that retest of that key zone that we discussed. So I want to see how that retest goes. So we know the ones that led us up all the way up here are the Qs. Okay, so the Qs are the ones that led us all the way up here. So let's see if they can continue to push. If not, we'll let it be. What's really lagging behind, guys, is small caps. So the Dow is doing its thing. SPY is doing its thing. Qs are doing its thing. They already made a nice move to the upside. Having a hard time with that 690. Okay, you already hit that. If you took this key zone break, recapture that key zone into 690. That's good. You can see Meta. Okay, already hit target. Okay, signal came in 646, 946. Hit that scale out already. So you're risking basically 648.09. Okay, all the way to 645, about $3, and then over here is the target. But again, you can make your risk as small as you need it to be. It's just reference. Okay. As SPY continues to sell off, I don't mind taking off that key zone. Not sure why my charts keep folding every time I go back. This key zone bounce is always there. I don't mind engaging in that for potential push back into the 690. So we have a lot of pressure at 690. Beautiful job, Firefly. 13% out, 662s, 692s. Beautiful job, day trading 505. Good. Anyone else, guys? Anyone else take? I'm not sure if it's me, but YouTube video buffers a lot. Huh. Yesterday was audio. Today it's... I can see it on my side via iPad. Seems to be okay. I think it might be on YouTube's end, because even the stream numbers are a little bit weird. 100% on 690 calls. Beautiful job. 1036 Rich. What is the yellow highlight? This is just a key zone where price can have a pretty significant reaction off of it. So since we're above this key zone, what I'm looking for in this instance is maybe come back into it. Okay. Get a nice little bounce. And then see if it wants to take out that 690. If it doesn't, that's a profit target. Okay. Now are we ready to go? Now do they have enough to take this to the upside? Did they chop around enough? VIX continues to go south. Chop around enough. VIX is coming into that 18. Did they engineer enough fuel to take it to the upside? On the 5, somewhat of some little flaggy. Not often the EMAs though. So key zone retest, I'll be there for that, strikers. Okay, just need that price action combination that supports bullish activity. But don't want to discount this nice little downward compression as well. Qs are coming to test that PMH. Qs are coming to test the PMH pre-market high, 621.70, along with that VWAP. That gives us a nice little zone as well. IW, okay. I'm not gonna let IW sneak up on us. Throw an alert on IW. If we're gonna have any chance at that 690 break, we're gonna have to get the bounce on the Qs off that PMH and that VWAP. All right, complete mess here. So they make the move right off the open. There were a lot of strength. A lot of traders miss it, and they just try to maybe get involved here, either get chopped up. If they're patient, they continue to wait. So what I'm leaning towards is this right now. The few setups I'm looking to entertain is this. Okay, continued expansion above 690 is one. All right, one is a continued drop into this key zone. All right. And then if it drops into that key zone, that bounce. So this one, by default, opens up that nice little bounce. So out of these three, I'll be looking to be interested in this bounce here or that expansion. You can take the 690 rejection if you'd like, but don't want to short it at that particular area with minimal confirmation. And then, of course, if it fails to hold this key zone, then key zone violation as it pursues the lows. So if there's no balance, you continue to sell off, then that would be, so I'll look to short once this retrace reject off this key zone. Okay, or the further expansion into the jaws of the gap. That would be the area. So those are the moves, but you can map out the moves, but now it's just which ones are you going to look to take? Okay, which ones align, or which ones will provide the best opportunity, the best opportunity. Qs are right there, testing that 621.70. Qs are right there. Let's get the likes up, guys. We have over 120 plus people joining us this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. A little bit of a cool off period here. So great job if you extracted profits on the first stretch. If you did, kudos to you. Q's bouncing off the PMH. If we can get a hammer in this zone on the Qs, I don't mind entertaining that as well. Keeping a close eye on IW above 267.61. If we take a look at the game plan chart, this is where we are. Okay, so we're on the cusp of being in this jaws of this runway. We're in the jaws of this runway, I should say. So we already reclaimed the top end of that 688.75 territory. So as long as we can hold up this territory up here that coincides with that key zone, that gives us a good chance for that continued push. If we fail this, we get back at the jaws of the keys, get back to the jaws of that massive rejection zone. Okay, so we just overcame a major rejection zone. We overcame a major rejection zone. Okay. So far, constant on my end. YouTube stream seems to buffer. Huh. Is the YouTube stream buffering for anyone else? Let me know, guys. Looks like it's good on my end. Your mic is low. It's usually higher. How about now? How's the mic now? Sometimes I kind of back away from the mic. All good. Okay, so again, some mixed results. Okay, good, perfectly fine. I don't know. I guess they want to play with the stream. Okay, see if that continued break. So no trades so far. Google continues to push, right? Once you got above that PMH. Meta's trying to make another push. Q's held that PMH nicely, came back and retested that PMH in that VWAP zone. So this is the retest I want. Okay, this is a retest. If I can get that retest, great, right? So now the question is, what can open up the gate for that retest to come to fruition? 690 rejection. All right. What can also open up the gate for that massive continued push into the target? Of course, is that 690 break and continue push higher. So a lot of these moves are going to be predicated on what we do with the 690. So we already had this first initial leg. Now we're starting to break that nice little downward compression. So all we need is the Qs to stay above that PMH and that VWAP. If the VIX can knock out that 1803, we're in good shape. I bought 82. It's at 89 and 95. Beautiful job, James. No trade so far on my end. Nothing so far. Just waiting. Meta was nice, but it kind of took off. Okay, slow grind environment is here, guys. We're moving about 60 cents per 5-minute candle. All right, so you have to just show up on time, be in sync with the opportunity, capitalize, and that's pretty much it. So we've been stuck in this quadrant. Okay, the opening range quadrant for quite some time. Okay, we've been stuck in there since we got in there at 9:42 all the way until now. So about for 22 minutes, 22 bars. Okay, we've been stuck in that area. Okay. Everything's green so far. As far as the indexes, everything's above that daily open. We are 12 points away from the weekly open. We're about 79 cents away from PMH. In the lead currently from a percentage standpoint, the Dow is actually in the lead. From a percentage standpoint, the Dow is the strong performer from a percentage standpoint. Okay. From a point standpoint, just pure points, SPY is the lead. SPY's in the lead. Laggard in this case, IWM small caps. Okay, that initial flag broke. See if it continues to push. Okay, Qs are starting to wake up. So in this case, it looks like it's going to come down to the Dow and SPY to take out those highs. Okay. And with the low ATR, those contracts are low IV. Those contracts are cheaper, but again, it's going to move slower. Okay. The 690 1 DTEs are about 215, 210. I'm looking at the 690 zeros. In the meantime, I want that continued strength on the Qs. If you took that flag, okay, you can use that 690 as your initial target. That quick flag on the 5, okay. See if that continued push. VIX go lower, that'd be great. If you're playing the ripple, you can take the ripple. If you're waiting for that break and hold, continue to wait. So this is primarily being fueled by that flag. I want to see a hold above that level. I want to see a hold. I want everything to continue to push. So 690 is a major, major, major level here, team. So just ruling out any traps in this case. I like how the VIX is still going south. Let that hold. I want to see a wick right there. If we get a wick right there, I'll be there for it. If you're waiting for the risk reward box to print, by all means. I want to see a nice wick, and I'll take the 690 zeros. Okay, I'll take it right there. Okay, I'm in the 690 zeros. In the calls. Preferably, I want the 690 to hold. So in this case, I'm buying high, looking to sell higher, purely based on momentum. Okay. So on that 690 to hold, at least on the 5. Want the Qs and everything to continue to push. Risk reward has not been printed yet. Okay, now the confirmation is there. Okay, let's see if they continue push. And now with the low IV, guys, to get those big gains, you're going to have to wait a little bit in that position. If you did take this, manage accordingly. Know where your risk is. If you took it from the flag break initially, that was the best entry. Okay. There we go. Go, go, go. Up 11. So you get a nice little push. So those percentage gains are not going to be as juicy as when we had the high IV territory. Okay, up 12. First scale out there. At 12. Thank you very much. Okay, first scale at 12. So you want to continue to run. If we can, that'd be great. If we want to continue to run, that's great. I already scaled out at 12, and now let's see if we can continue to push. Got to take that double digits off the table, especially in these conditions. Who took that? Dollar signs if you took that, guys. This is my NC. I don't want to close your back below this. All right. So this is like the first trade on SPY. I mean, yesterday we took a lotto on SPY, all right? And today this is our first regular trade on SPY, and it took quite some time. So no close below here. I'll hold it to target, okay? All right, so the question is, does this thing want to continue to run, or does it want to fall back below 690? So we fought hard for 690, so I want 690 to be my line in the sand. All right? If you took it from this break initially, team, the break that I gave to our strikers was right here. So if anyone who took this break, if you're a break trader, your entry, you actually have the best entry in the house. All right, so you can sit through a little more. See that continued push. In this case, there goes the Qs. I want everything to go. IW is going as well, guys. Up 17. So this is the importance of being patient here, team. Okay. TP where I need to. IW is gone as well. Qs are gone as well. So I want everything to stay above that initial breaker. NC just means the no close. Beautiful job, Firefly. Beautiful job, Joe. Beautiful, beautiful job, guys. Anyone else? Right. So those since the ATR is so slow, okay, it's going to take some time to get to get this thing to work. But don't discount that for not locking in profit. Okay. Don't discount that. Still be disciplined in your profit taking. All right, so the market is not going to give us that massive push. Silver, 21% Shockwave. There we go. I'm telling you guys, Shockwave is a game changer. It just takes you some time to get used to it. All right, understand it, and it will lighten your load. Okay, will lighten your load. And now VIX is coming to this 18. Okay, so we did see upwards of 17 all the way up there. Already scaled out. So let's see if we can at least hold this territory. See if we can see it through. All right, we know this grindy action is here. So we just need the Qs, guys. We need the Qs to stay above 621.97. I like how IW continues to push. The major note this morning, team, was, of course, using the higher time frames. All right, because since we're going back and forth, using those 5-minute time frame to really find your position could be great. Would be great. Okay. If you're not all the way comfortable with the one. Anyone else? How are we doing so far, team? The ultimate target on this is all the way up here, team. Up 19. Okay, now the VIX is at this 21 level, this 18 level, I should say, not 21, 18 level. If we bounce off this 18 level, then we can start to pull back slightly. Scale out if you need to. Scale out if you need to, team. Scale out if you need to. 24%, 25%. My NC is right here. Shockwave for the W. Shockwave for the W. It's first scale out there. Who's holding this to TP? Okay, now we need the VIX to stay above 8, stay below 18. If we get below here, I'll close out. Okay. So that's my trailing stop, NC. Again, if you're not in this, don't start chasing. All right, you cannot start chasing. If you start to chase, you will be in last place. 31. That's how we do it, team. Patient, 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 patient. 36. There goes the cues. There goes the cues. So this is my NC. No close below here. I'll at least get 25 out of the exchange, which I'm good with. Okay, I'll close it right there at 30. All right, so I scale out of there. Did see upwards of 36, so I'm out of the trade. If you're still in, again, do what you need to do. Okay. I just don't want to sit through any back and forth. All right, so this was pretty smooth. The only contention we had was here. So clean entry, initial scale out, closure as well. Beautiful, beautiful setup, guys. Okay. All right, it's going to require that. It's going to require that level of patience. It's going to require that level of patience to wait for the trade. And close on around 30, holding 1. Okay, good, good, good. First TP booked. Good, good, good. Good, 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 guys. Beautiful job. IWM, beautiful job. I knew someone would catch IWM. Beautiful job, Lynn. Good, good, good. Our IWM army, always, always strong. So if this is it, I mean, Meta kind of got away, all right? But it's okay. If that's it, we got to be okay with that. All right, because quality, quality, quality over quantity. And yesterday, I couldn't get a trade on SPY. All right, I had to just for the sake of the streak, maybe just a little bit of my ego that got involved yesterday. Had to throw the lotto out there, so the streak remains that I take a trade every day, even though it was a lotto. Maybe it was a case of that. I was still okay with that last lotto. But those clean opportunities are there, but they're going to require that patience. The fact that I'm no longer there should excite you because it tends to run. The odds are by the time I close a position, right, it's going to continue to go. Okay, but regardless, whether you have 5% to show for it, 40%, 50%, okay, as long as you have a piece to show for it, okay, you've been compensated for your time and effort and assessing this opportunity. That's what matters. All right. I would pay $500 for the G close indicator. It comes with the Discord. It comes with the Discord, doctor. It's included. And look how gradually slow grind this type of action is. Let's just go check back on our friend Meta. Okay. Meta, all right. This thing just took off. Okay, took off. We discussed why Meta was nice. So in this case, guys, when you are trading momentum, there's a couple of things to understand. There's only two ways to trade. There's only there's just two things you can do. Okay, we all know one. We all know one of the adages. Okay, we all know one, which is you can buy low, sell high. We already know that one. Everybody knows that one. Buy low, sell high. Okay. There's a time and place for the buy low, sell high. Right? I prefer to, and majority of my system is buy low, sell high intraday. That's what the balances and key zones are for. All right. The other one is buy high, sell higher. Okay, so now these two core principles, when do you think they'll be applicable? Okay. This buy low, sell high, okay, will always be available, okay, because there's always going to be a low you can take it off of, balances you can take it off of. But this one here, that's very unique, this buy high, sell high, right, is what you need to use when you're trading momentum. Okay, it's what you need to use when you're trading momentum, because when you buy high, you are buying the contracts near, not exactly at the high of the day, near the highs of the day, and anticipating that the incoming momentum is going to push the prices higher. Right? But you have to make sure you know which one of these you're doing when you're taking a trade. You cannot mix these two things up. Okay, because there are setups for this and there are setups for this. Okay, so this last trade is not buy low, sell high. This last trade is momentum, is buy high, sell higher. We're buying the contract here at close to the highs of the day. Okay? But we have to have overwhelming evidence suggesting that we can go higher beyond that high. If there is no overwhelming evidence, all right, for one of the things we laid out, of course, was how the Qs interact with that PMH and how the Qs interact with that VWAP. We want to see that positive interaction. We want to see the VIX, not the VIX, we want to see the IW take off as well, get above that opening range. So as everything was taken off, we came into this major level. We were accumulating for some time, downward compression break, came into that 690, we get that continued expansion. 15 is bullish, hourly is bullish. All right, so that's what called for the buy high, sell higher. Okay, because in this case, there isn't a buy low opportunity. What you'll notice is there is no buy low. There's just a move, a brief pause in the action. Okay, downward compression. All right, we just pause, we accumulate a little bit here, and then we take off. So there is no low. There's no buy low opportunity. Okay, so you can make the argument the next buy low opportunity, and in relation to where we're going, is 690. Okay, so sometimes these different setups, the different environment calls for different ways of looking for opportunities and capitalizing off those opportunities. Okay. Anyone still in that? If you are, manage accordingly. 20%, beautiful job, $35, absolutely. Unfortunate for me, no trades for me. Okay, no worries, no, you're not missing much. Continue to be sharp. TP around 691.11 according to my setup. 691.11. Yep, very close up there. Okay. Yesterday, blew 2 accounts on ridiculous entries trying to short the market, but caught SPX now. Okay, good. Again, when we make these mental errors, guys, I know they're tough. They're not fun to go through, but that too shall pass. But when it does pass, right, what can you extract from it moving forward? Those things are going to come up, guys, okay? But how do we compartmentalize that? Do we use it as a lesson? Sometimes we need to lose and blow up as many accounts as needed until we really understand and really learn not to do it, right? Because the thing with I believe with the futures and the prop, it's very good at getting you into that gambling side of your brain, from my standpoint. Right? It's easy to get you, once you start going, it's easy to click the buttons so much. Right? So you have to be very, very careful and have some fine lines. Right? Some non-negotiable lines. Okay? Again, which shift do you trade? Do you trade Asia? Do you trade, if you're trading all of them, Oh, it's going to be tough. Okay. So are you a New York type of trader? Are you an Asia type of trader? Are you Sydney type of trader? Are you London type of trader? Which one do you, if you're trading all of them, all right, you're exposing yourself to too much work, too many ways to lose. The more you do, guys, the more we do as traders, okay, we're susceptible to find more ways to lose. So we just have to do the least amount possible and do it to the best of our ability when we do get active. Right, so maybe drawing some lines, saying, you know what, I only trade New York. Maybe I have this account. This account is for New York. This account is for London. This account is for XYZ. All right, and the future side of things, it does, for some reason, it does do that. I don't know what it is. It's very gamified and very easy to continuously click buttons. My thing is, I think there's no real repercussions. And I think the way I would see it is maybe because there's no real repercussions. In the back of my mind, we know it's just $50, $100. So the air alerts are not the Shockwave. Air alerts are different. All right, just to give you guys up, to keep you up to speed and bring some opportunities to the table. All right, the air alerts, okay, don't just take it blindly. All right, the whole point is the opportunity comes to your table and now you have to assess it. Think of yourself as an investor. All right, think of yourself as an investor. All right, you have your account. Someone comes knocking on your door. You have capital and they say, hey, you know what? I have an opportunity for you to invest in that has a 56% chance of working out. This is what you need to do. You're not going to take it face value. You're going to do your due diligence. That's what trade ideas are. Opportunities come to your table. You have capital you want to deploy, but just because it comes, you just don't say, hey, let me just drop it and let me just throw capital at that opportunity. Right? You want to do your due diligence because you can't buy everything and invest in everything. All right, so that's what the AI alerts are designed to do, right? To just bring those opportunities to you from time to time and put it through your filter. If it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't, just push it to the side. And it will continuously feed us that so you don't have to pay for the subscription with that company, okay? SoFi is out of here. And if there is anyone out there that's going through somewhat of a losing streak, a mental block, I saw someone put a mental block in the chat, right? All you can do is just get those small wins. Small wins, and will do tremendous things for your confidence. Your brain will lead you to believe you need that big win just to get your mojo back, but right, by the time you try to get that big win, you'll forego a bunch of small wins that could have got you where you need to get to. All right, so always overly take profit. Okay, overly take profit. Okay. Again, guys, let's get the likes up on YouTube. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. And the AI alerts are here, team. Okay, so if you're in the Discord, if you go all the way down here, they're here. So the new ideas here: Microsoft 400 strike, 1 to 2 days out. Do the assessment. This one, ASTS, 61% confidence. Do the assessment. I believe it was one of our team members, Lynn, took Mara. She got 40% off of it, right? PayPal, do your assessment. And it also gives us ideas when we get to break critical levels. So you can see yesterday, SPY broke a major resistance level, 680.65. We got alert at 1:02 p.m. VIX, okay? VIX puts 72% confidence. These ones printed as well. Intel hourly chart. I'm trying to see the Mara one. Lynn. Here we go. 68% confidence Mara. $10 strike. 1 to 2 days out. Service now. Okay. All right, so we get another one of these sequences. Okay, do you guys see the pattern? Like it's almost like expansion, sideways action, expansion, sideways action, expansion. I'll illustrate here. Right. Okay. That's what the alerts are. So Shockwave is that's an indicator. That's a separate product, but that's available, guys. Shockwave again. If you're interested in Shockwave, that is available. Okay, it's gonna be $4.97 until the end of the month. Two small trade, one full size trade, total 17%. Beautiful job, Firefly. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job. So hard to take small wins when you've seen 100% trades. 100%, right? What happened is that we went through this together last year in the summertime. I believe it was a little after the summer, maybe Q3, beginning of Q3. All right, we went on the stretch for a few weeks. Okay, I was trying to get subconsciously a trade. There's a bunch of trades that I took. Okay, you know me, I like to take the profits at 10, 15%. Right? But all those trades continue to go. So I made a small adjustment and said, hey, you know what? Okay, we're going to try to catch those trades a little more. And there was a stretch for a week or so, 2 weeks or so, where we were getting 70, 80, 100, 120. Okay, and when those movements were no longer there on the chart the very next week, right, I started to shift and wasn't as diligent in taking profits anymore, because you get used to the 100%, you get used to the 70, 80%, and you start to shift your risk a little bit. Right? So that's why journaling is so important. So as soon as I noticed that, within that very week, had to clean that up. Because if you leave it unchecked, right, it will just shift your behavior. Okay? And you have this new behavior, and if you continue to repeat, it will turn into a new habit. And then it becomes a habit. Now you've completely threw your system out the window, and you have this new thing you're doing. Right? So that's why it's so important for you to journal and make note when you're starting to see these shifts in your psychology, when you're starting to see these shifts in your trades themselves. All right, so I have to quickly come back, say, hey, you know what? We're gonna stick to what we've been doing this entire time. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, we'll have something to show for it. Okay, so that because in the long term, that's what gets the job done. Okay, the big wins will cancel out all the big losses. So the in-between, what's left in between, is what you're doing on the regular trades. All right, so it's official second shift. First shift took one trade, worked in our favor nicely. Still didn't hit that target, but we extracted that last scale out at 30 plus. Okay, but look how slow it's taking. Look how slow of a grind it's going. 55 cents ATR. So conditions are changing as we speak. So that retest. Okay, 690. Well, you can see it from a mile away. 690 retest. Key zone. I'll be there for it as well. Those are the two areas I can potentially look to get involved. Mean reversion grabs. Okay, we've been seeing a lot of expansion. So if we can use those levels as expansion levels, since we're trending on all the higher time frames, that might be up for grabs. Okay, so again, if you're done first shift, guys, again, the action looks like it was clean. In hindsight, when you look at it, you say, hey, it was pretty straightforward. We got a nice little push. We accumulated for a little bit, continued to push. Right. easy to see it in hindsight, difficult to play in a real time because the ATR is very, very low. Okay. Shockwave once again. Yeah, Shockwave. One drawback of Shockwave, guys, is there's going to be too many opportunities. So you really have to narrow your universe down. Okay, you really have to learn to focus, and that's what it comes down to. Right. Keep the opportunities coming. No, you can't take all of them, but now it's on you to say, hey, you know what mechanisms, what things can I put in place to be there for the best ones? Okay, 2 green trades done for the day, knowing when to stop. 100%. 100%. If you're done for the day, DFTD in the chat. Yes, sir. Been journaling now. It's hard to be honest. 100%. And that's why it's a journey. That's why it's a journey. And trading, and you really get to meet yourself. Like you get to meet yourself. You get to greet yourself. Okay. Through journaling, I learned that I trade much better when I take 4 or less trades. It usually last trade does the damage. Exactly. So those small adjustments through journaling. So I know my sweet spot is between 3 to 5. All right, 3 to 5 is a sweet spot. And look at that. Finally hit TP. If you held it all the way to TP, you earned it. And look at that. So we had that nice accumulation. Now continued expansion. So again, pause in the action. Leg up. Pause in the action. Leg up. This thing, guys, all-time highs are not too far away. We're on the footsteps. Granted, we're about 7 points away, but it's there. Okay, that's why time and time again, whenever you get those opportunities, when this thing dumps close to 10%, you got to block out the noise. It only makes sense in hindsight. You can only connect the dots looking back. Okay. When the fear and greed is all the way down there, should get you excited. Nvidia, a sleeping giant, might be the candidate here if we continue to grind higher. Nvidia, okay. Looks like it's brewing. Again, same kind of setup on Nvidia. Okay, momentum. Buy high, sell higher. Meta's gone. Google, out of here. Tesla, out of here. Let's take a look at our friend Bitcoin. What did we say about Bitcoin, guys, this morning? Do you guys remember the magic number on Bitcoin? For us to continue to climb higher, if we're going to make a run at a potential push or get ourselves in position for all-time highs, there's a couple of things we laid out this morning that included Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is risk on, risk off. Okay, Bitcoin broke above 75K. That's why it's so important to get full context. To join us in the Discord for market prep is critical, and of course, here we can see crude fell back below 95, and VIX. All right, we know VIX is just now below that 17, 18 territory. Okay, it doesn't do much. We don't rely on it as much. We have other things to rely on. Okay. Nvidia. So you can hold that level as everything continues. So now the indexes need to continue to push higher. I'm looking at the 195s on Nvidia. So I want to see a break of that triple top, continued expansion. If we start to lose some momentum here on SPY on the Qs as well, we can see Nvidia pull back. All right, so let's see if we can get a nice signal there and let the engine do the heavy lifting. If it's there, we'll be there. If it's not, we'll let it do what it needs to do. 45%. Carlos already beat us to the punch. Beautiful jobs. Beautiful job. Yeah, so what the airlines are moving, more than likely they're tied to crude. So when crude is dumping, airlines start pumping. When crude starts pumping, airlines start dumping. What's the airline ETF? I believe it's Jets. All right, Jets. Let's take a look at Jets. Okay. Let's jump over to the 4 hour real quick. So triple top there, no entry. So jets. So there's an airline ETF composed of all the major airlines. We come into the support, we start to bounce, start to catch a bid. So now the question becomes, can jets, as crude continues to drop, can jets come into this territory up here? This 2764, 2819 territory. That's the major resistance. We have room to go into there. Okay, we have room to go into there as long as crude continues to push lower below 95. So keeping a close eye on Nvidia, see if we can recapture that territory. If it can't, that's fine. Apple potential present opportunity to the downside into PML. Okay, that was a mean reversion. Okay, hit that TP and then whoosh, slicing back the downside. Apple for a retest of 259.61 after it gave up that 260 psychological level. That's that PML right there. So if we can go double bottom off that level, if that can feed us into this territory, I'll be there for it. Okay, if you're already in Apple to the downside via Shockwave, congratulations, TP where you need to. Meta is out of here. Meta is out of here. Again, guys, make sure to like the video. Make sure to like the video. Why does your chart look so much more volatile than mine? Yours have sharp peaks, and for me, it's pretty flat. What are you using? TradingView, Liam? Beautiful job. Is that back-to-back 100%? 1036, Rich. Meta, SoFi, yeah. So you talked about SoFi. Let's get the likes up on YouTube, guys. Make sure to like the video. Let's get the likes up. Okay, we'll do the giveaway here shortly. Absolutely, Fido. I love to see the done for the days. Who's also done for the day? Nvidia. Okay, I'm going to keep a close eye on Nvidia. I didn't give up on Nvidia. All right. Let's see what you got for us, Jensen. Tesla, 361.38 retest. We are starting to catch a bit off that 18 on the VIX. And look how the candles are moving. Right? It's almost like they're just lagging, or they're just teleporting to certain areas. Very low volume. All right, so that's the biggest danger. All right, when there's low ATR, okay, and low IV. Okay, it moves like this. AI alert to Shockwave Pro. No, so AI Alerts is not Shockwave Pro. AI Alerts is through Trady Ticks. Shockwave Pro is the indicator, the system that I built. So that's different. MU. How do you get the AI Alerts? It's in the Discord right here. So you go to AI Trades. Okay, so everyone on Google Meet, you should be able to see all these channels, or majority of these channels. Okay, so at least the live flow, we get flow data, all right? Okay, means options flow. We can see the large orders coming in on those option contracts. Okay, so you don't have to pay another, you don't have to have another subscription. Okay. Let me grab my charger real quick. Let's take a listen to CNBC. In the meantime, and I'll also refill Get a refill on the coffee. In the meantime, folks on YouTube, make sure to like the video. Let's get the likes up. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Help us get to 4,700 subs. That's the goal for the end of the week. Somewhat of head and shoulder there possibly forming. And 100 likes. 100 likes. We'll do the giveaway. We're slowly crawling towards 100. If you want to join our community, if you want to grab your copy of Shockwave, early bird special is there. Make sure to scan the codes on the screen. I made it easy for you. Scan the codes instead of me dropping the links. The codes are on the screen. If you're looking to join the community, access all the tools and resources, use the code April, okay? I will go over what that includes in just a bit here. But in the meantime, let me go grab a charger, refill my coffee, and then we'll continue to provide that coverage. If I am looking for a bounce, one area I want to pay attention to is at 690. 690, I'll be patient for that. On SPY, on the Qs, 622.59. On the Dow, reclaimed 484.51. IW, 257.78. 267.78, 267.63. Okay, IW got away from me today. All right. QQQ calls, QQQ, SPXW. Beautiful job. Look at that. Absolutely crushing it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm using the 1 minute time frame. Okay. So again, the biggest danger for the ones that are up now, guys, is you giving back the money. Is you giving back your gains. All right. So protect, play defense. Okay. Be stingy. Whatever you need to do. All right. If you beat the market for the day, just walk away. Especially in these conditions. So the ones who are going to survive if these conditions persist, guys, are the ones who are disciplined. Sometimes the undisciplined style of trading can get you can get away with being undisciplined when the conditions are almost ideal. But when the conditions start to get a little tight, okay, discipline is paramount. As it pertains to not over trading, managing your risk, taking your profits responsibly, right? Those are the ones who can navigate these conditions. All right, so tremendous job, 1036 Rich. I just found your channel. Thank you for doing this. Absolutely. We go live every single day at 9:30 a.m., guys, so make sure to tune in early. Every single day. Turbo. And once the VIX starts to drop, guys, it gets below that 17 territory. All right, even 18 is kind of the new 17. Okay. All right, then those swings can come back on the table. Because now the frequency of the gap ups and gap downs are not as much, and the degree of the gap downs, barring some major catalysts, significantly reduce. All right, so now we're working our way to that yearly upside breaker. So 2025's highs, 691.65. VIX is bouncing. VIX is bouncing aggressively at that 18, so we'll keep a close eye on that. We're probably diverging there. All right, so let's see if we get some sort of divergence in that territory. Okay, let's take a listen, guys. I'll be right back.
Than anything that you would see if you look at, say, an Asian economy or even in the UK, where because of their Green New Deal type policies, they've more or less stopped producing oil. And so I think the U.S. is insured against a significant downside because we produce so much oil.
Yeah, and that's reflected there as well. And we'll leave it there, but obviously we'll continue the discussion with you. Thank you for taking the time today. Good to see you, Kevin Hassett from the White House. And tomorrow we will hear from Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent along with other top CEOs at CNBC's Invest in America Forum here in Washington, D.C. You can tune in here or CNBC.com for the highlights as they happen. We're excited to bring all of that to you from D.C. tomorrow. David.
Thank you, Sarah. Still to come right here, the CEO of IonQ, fresh off a new award from the Department of Defense. That stock is up, as you see, double digits. We're back in a moment.
Trend Tracker is sponsored by CME Group. CME Group, where risk meets opportunity.
Take me to the river, drop me in the water.
With the all-new Jeep Cherokee Hybrid's 500-plus miles on a single tank, 30% more cargo space, and legendary 4x4 capability, you have everything you need to get to the river safely.
Bye, Billy.
He's doing it.
But after that, you're on your own. Stay safe with 140 safety features in the all-new Jeep Cherokee Hybrid.
Yep, that's there.
Is the gauge supposed to say empty?
You can't trust those things. Don't worry, we're tethered for safety.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future,
Are you certified for this?
Technically, no.
especially when it comes to your finances.
Do you have a question?
Are you a certified financial planner?
Yes, I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP. Find your CFP professional at letsmakeaplan.org.
Oh no, is this the episode with the breakup?
Rebo, we can't agree on the house.
Y'all need Realtor.com. With over 500,000 new listings every month, you could find the one today.
This could be it.
Better put a key ring on it. Realtor.com.
Are you investing in municipal bonds that will fund roads and bridges? Think of Assured Guaranty's bond insurance as your guardrail. Assured Guaranty, a stronger bond.
Tired of creators chasing clicks? Play better, period. Pro golfers.
Trying to swing within myself.
And real coaches.
Rip the club into your backswing.
Okay, back. Apple continues to fall off a cliff. Apple, nice sell off there on Apple. One Shockwave triggered. We're below PML. We're below that 50% retrace of the day. SPY continues to climb. Watch out for that divergence possibly there. Slow grind, higher type of action. We did take one trade here. A nice trade there. And that's been all the work we did today. Okay, so that's been all the work we've done today. A couple of opportunities. Meta played nicely. Apple more recently. We do have Amazon possibly brewing here. Amazon and Nvidia, they want to take off, right? They want to take off, but they need that break of that major resistance. And we're seeing Microsoft also kind of just not doing anything here. Broadcom did break above that PMH, but rejected off that PMH, fell back below it. Nice bounce off VWAP on Amazon. Test some VWAP on Palantir. Apple TP hit. Apple TP hit. So you see how we're moving higher and VIX is moving higher? All right, so welcome to these conditions. Anyone else, guys? Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? As we're just climbing, the VIX is shot out of a rocket. There's a major level here, 691.65. 691.65. So a little premature, but if we can close out the day, okay, still a lot of action left in the day. If we can close out the day above 690, this is a major, major victory for the bulls. Okay, major, major victory. Okay, major victory. That 691.65 is that yearly upside breaker. Okay, so that's the 2025 highs. We already reclaimed yesterday the critical level of that yearly open. That yearly open. Google CVX paying the bills today. Yeah, let them pay all the bills. Yep, that's divergence. So we're seeing divergence. Okay, so when VIX, we saw a lot of this take place when VIX gets very low, things get a little bit dicey. That's when you can start to look for those look for that divergence. Okay, Nvidia. Let me focus my attention back to Nvidia, looking at the 195s. Okay, this will probably be the lotto for the day. I want to see Nvidia continue to push. Hold above this level on Nvidia would be good to go. A more than likely spike continue to expand. I'll take the 195s right there on Nvidia. Okay, I'm in the 195s on Nvidia. My risk will be all the way down at this 192.68. So I'm in the 195 calls on Nvidia. Okay, so make or break type of setup. So either go to scale out TP or stop me out. This would be the lotto for the day. In the meantime, this key zone, of course, is major resistance. We want to flip this to support. We want this to hold at the current moment. All right, so we want to see a small victory at this hold. Small victory currently for the position will be a hold in this area. Okay. A more than likely SPY continue to trend higher, get above that 691.65 would be good to go. So if you had intentions to hold this a little longer than the zero, you probably have to go further dated. We are continuing to push higher, team. Look at this. Okay, we talked about this critical level that breaks, and look at that take place. Okay, look at that take place and continue to go. This is a runaway train. All right, runaway train. Next on the list, 247. 247.09, break on Amazon possibly. So what I'm looking for is names that haven't taken off yet, okay? Nvidia did take off initially, pulled back, and then now bounce off that. PMH continue to expand. So as the Qs continue to push, they're near the highs of the day. So the big danger here on SPY is divergence. Okay. That's the big danger on SPY if you use the RSI and if you use the the VIX as well. So this might be our first divergence via VIX, in which the VIX is going in the same direction as SPY. So one has to give. One has to give. Okay, one has to give. Let's see if we can get back above that. For the sake of our position, 691.65 hold would be critical. Nvidia not doing much here. So again, as long as it holds this, should be good to go. Okay, you want that to hold? Where did my hold thing go? Okay, see if they continue to push. Everything else is either just resuming its push higher, continue to break down. Apple is another one. Nvidia, see if Nvidia can join the party, take the Qs to the next level. So this is a major area that it needs to hold. See if you can do that. Oh, the text is a little large, that's why I don't see it. Okay. SPY, that 690 pullback, first shift highs as well, very shallow. Look how slow the action is. IWM still chugging along. Yeah, IWM is cleaner. I'd argue IW is much cleaner than what the Qs and SPY, what the big guys are doing. Look at IW. All right, once it broke that level, never came back. And it's about to go to TP3. Okay, IWM about to go to TP3. Nvidia down about 5% here. Still within the risk, which is fine. Risk is all the way at this alert here. I'll get alerted if we get that closure. So this type of conditions team is gonna try to frustrate you and move you off your pivot. That's what it's gonna try to do. It's gonna try to force you to do things. So it's very important that you continue to do the things you've been doing. You wait as long as you need to wait. Okay. The market loves to get you used to a certain behavior and then switch that behavior. Major call while at 6,900, 7,000 above that 6,900. So it should be support for surprise if you run to 7,000. The VIX going up. Can you explain this happen? Please, thank you. So sometimes when the VIX gets very, very low and we start to see the VIX not become as dependable. All right, so we want to monitor that interaction at all times, or monitor that relationship. So some time to time that does happen. That does happen. So when it starts to get low, I said it this morning, and I've said it before as well. You don't depend on the VIX as much. You depend on context, and of course, context will be your primary support to support what's taking place. Looks like Nvidia is starting to reject there. See if you can course correct. This contracts are the 15th. All right, so we might be good with those contracts as long as SPY holds this first shift ties and that this shift's open. Okay. I gave all my money back every day and some. Friday, almost zero myself. Yeah, Fridays are very tricky. USMC. And all we can do is just live and learn. All right, if we want to keep doing this, all we can do is take some time off, live and learn, and come back to it. Good. If you're done for the day, guys, be done. So my lotto for today would be Nvidia. Preferably if Nvidia, if SPY can get above 691, 65, 691, 65, that'll give Nvidia the support it needs. Currently down about 4 or 5%. All right, so in this case, it's the idea is indexes are expanding, so going into some names that have not expanded yet to the same extent. That's the idea, okay? So it's like, hey, you know what? The indexes took off, so now let's turn our attention to some names that have not taken off, yet. Okay, well. That have not taken off yet. So as we turn our attention to a name that has not taken off, what we need the index to do is continue to grind higher. And then more than likely, it will lift this up as well. So it'll be the kryptonite if it starts to fade. More than likely, this will start to fade as well, okay? So that's the idea behind NVIDIA. Okay. Again, guys, make sure to like the video. Let's get the likes up. A little light on the likes today. And let's see if we can get 4,650 subs today. That'd be a big number for us. Any first-time viewers? So slow grind is the way. Look at the VIX. The VIX is taking off. The VIX's chart is cleaner than SPY's chart in this current juncture, and we know how messy the VIX's chart is. I don't know if it's a good idea to get NVIDIA right now because the NVIDIA relative strength is underperforming SPY. And as SPY goes down, then it goes down. SPY could be short diversion anytime now. Yeah, it could. Yeah, it could. Those things are very, very possible. So in this case, I need NVIDIA. I need SPY to. It is looking like it wants to diverge there, get above that 691.65. In the meantime, NVIDIA stay above 192.89. If it gets below it, close below it, then I get stopped out. Okay. So down about 14% on NVIDIA. About to get stopped out. Everything's starting to sell here. Some divergence there on SPY. So can SPY hold this right here? That'd be a small victory. If we can do that, that'd be great. VIX continues to climb. VIX continues to climb. NVIDIA is about 15 cents away from getting stopped out. 15 cents away from getting stopped out. So in NVIDIA's case, make or break. I don't see any green on NVIDIA right out the gate. We close below that level, I'll close NVIDIA down about 24.25. See, we get that alert right there, about to get stopped. See if SPY can hold this. If SPY slices through this, then I'm wrong. Then I get stopped out. Any last minute buyers? Any last minute buyers pick this up? Okay, I'll close it right there at 26.27. So stopped out NVIDIA. Couldn't get anything going there. Couldn't even get the hold there. Risk was, of course, 1R. I wanted SPY to see if it has continued to push. We did acknowledge that SPY was looking to do some divergence activity, and we just needed to hold here. Couldn't hold at the risk threshold. Got to get out of there. Okay, got to get out of there. Okay. Starting to bounce here. Okay, if we can start to bounce, that can be that's good, but I'm no longer in the position. It's going to come down to this. It's going to come down to what we do here. It's going to come down to what it does there. If it fuels back up, I don't mind getting active. But if it just completely collapses, we'll just let it be. So 2 trades today. SPY worked nicely. NVIDIA couldn't get going. And these were the 195 strikes. So the lotto's going all the way into this territory here. You can see the strike is 2 points out. So the next, it's at the money, but it's still about $2.50 out. If you're possibly waiting for candle closure to exit, maybe you can make the case that you're still in. Right? If not, stopped out. So NVIDIA's relative strength right now is 0.33 to 0.44, just a little underperforming SPY, 0.44. This could be a pre-market run up into tech earnings because the issue is Hormuz trade is going to affect supply chain everywhere. The market's not priced that in yet. And what we do know is, guys, the market is undefeated. All right, so no matter what you throw at it, it's going to digest it. It's going to come back stronger and try to work its way to all-time highs. So from a long-term perspective, it's in your best interest, bigger picture perspective. Intraday, you can be a bandwagon fan. You can be bullish, you can be bearish, you can flip-flop, whichever way you want. But long-term, It's in your best interest. Looking 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years out. It's in your best interest to adopt a bullish line of thinking. Okay. Bullish line of thinking. Nvidia is the one that didn't go. Apple is coming to. Where's Apple? Apple is below that 50% retrace. Okay, that D50, 258.42. Tesla's coming for that retest. So as the index is starting to drag lower, even if you took the puts here, okay, it's like a slow move. Okay, so since it's moving so slow, for you to catch it all the way here, possibly be a 15%. Okay, if you got this exact entry, maybe 15 to 20%. If you're somewhere here, maybe 10 to 15%, because it's moving so slow. Okay, and if anything, the ATR is even going lower. If anything, the ATR is going even lower. So what that sets the stage for a 690 bounce. I'll consider the 690 bounce. So if you're playing the divergence, you're looking for this. If I pull up the RSI, we're probably diverging up there. Okay. Sometimes you can feel the divergence. All right, yeah, we're diverging. You can see we made high here on RSI, lower high, high here, there, higher high. Okay, I make the joke. Over time, you'll be able to feel it. So what I was looking for here, okay, is Nvidia to hold those lows while SPY tries to entertain this territory here. And if we can get a bounce off of here, that can possibly put Nvidia back into play. Okay, as SPY's bouncing, let's see if Tesla enters the chat. I need the individual names. All of them are just lottos. Okay, so Tesla. If you take a look at the 265s, so SPY needs to hold that right there. 265s on Tesla. See if we can hold right there on the 5. First trade there on Tesla. Shockwave played out beautifully. We'll hit scale out. And see if the Q's can start to course correct. Keeping a close eye on Tesla. All right. So unlike Nvidia, who's trying to break the resistance, Tesla's looking to reclaim the support. See if we can come back in just a little bit on Tesla. Okay. Try to get that good entry. It's going to be predicated on what SPY does here. So SPY, 15 minutes still inside. 5, we are seeing a nice stretch on the 5 minute of some selling here. Okay, some selling there on the 5. We are seeing the Dow pull back slightly. Okay, it's Tesla, 361.32. Try to get I want to get as close as possible to that, for that retest. Bounce. If you're already in, manage accordingly. Okay, Tesla's starting to go. Tesla's starting to go. Tesla's starting to go. Right, coming down to this territory. Tesla's starting to go here. See if we can pull in just a little bit. Pull in just a little bit. I want that candle to stay engulfing, bullish engulfing. Oil spiking. Yeah, oil's starting to pick up some speed. So keep a close eye on that 100. We'll get alerted if it gets above 100. Bitcoin fell back below 75K. Let's see if you can reclaim that 74K, 74,800. Everything is selling off. Nice little pullback on the 15-minute charts across the board. Tesla come a little lower. SPA's gonna have to reclaim this territory here. That would help. If you did take Tesla, manage accordingly. Okay, more than likely that combination on the Qs as well. Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. Yeah, lunch about to be end of second shift, guys. End of second shift. Apple continues to sell off. Nvidia's trying to work its way back at those highs. If it goes expansion, I'll be there. Amazon, very similar setup to Nvidia. Tesla, nice bounce. Just need one little break on Tesla. Maybe even come into that 361.51. I'm looking at SPY here, keeping a close eye on Tesla. I primarily trade SPY during the stream, but if there's some opportunities that are available outside of SPY, we'll look to entertain those opportunities. You don't take Tesla here? That was nice. Tesla was nice. Tesla's nice. Amazon and Nvidia, those are the two. So a different setup on Tesla. Tesla's a pullback, bounce, buy low, sell high, intraday. Nvidia and Amazon are different setups. Let's see if Bezos has something for us here. Looking at the 247.50s. That triple top break, very similar to Nvidia. This will also be a make or break. Okay, so make or break meaning stop me out, give me 1R or 2R. Okay. It's gonna rely on the SPY holding this territory and continue to push into these highs. Okay. Okay, so see if Amazon can hold that level. I'm looking at 247.50s. If you're waiting for that risk reward to be printed, let me get one red candle. One little red candle. One little red candle, reduce that price just a little bit. If you took it already, manage. And this will probably be the last trade of the day. Last trade of the day. Usually don't take 2 lottos in one day. But it's there, it's there. Looking at the 247s. Just drop just a little bit so I can get that price near the 60s, high 60s. All right, looks like it doesn't want to come back. Okay, Amazon might be gone. Anyone take Amazon if you're not done for the day? Nvidia can be back on the table. Nvidia can be back on the table. We can get above those highs. Okay, we can readdress Nvidia. Amazon's starting to go. Tesla already taken off. Okay, might have to settle for round 2 on Nvidia. All right, so if you had your stop at closure, maybe you can squeak out of that. But my stop was at price coming to that territory. Okay, I'm revisiting Nvidia here. Revisiting Nvidia. After getting stopped out, same contracts. Of course, I need SPY to continue to push. I'll take Nvidia right there. So I'm back in Nvidia. Okay, so stopped out here about 25%, 24, 26, 25%, and now back in Nvidia. Second attempt. So same kind of stop. Same kind of stop here. Second attempt at the lottos. NC here. Give me 1R. That'd be great. SPY is expanding. That's good. Biggest danger here is, of course, that double top, triple top action. Okay. And look at SPY, broke that. So in theory, the level did hold. We were able to hold that territory. But when we got there, I didn't want to see that complete breakdown below it. So again, if I get stopped out, I don't mind reassessing and re-engaging. Okay, rather than holding through a lot, reassess and re-engaging, and then see what goes on from there. SPY is about to hit TP2. Okay, Nvidia's starting to move here. Absolutely, Jose. Super weird that, yeah. So a lot of these things are getting a little stagnant. Feel free to TP on Nvidia, guys. Feel free to TP on Nvidia. It's up 8%, okay? Feel free to TP on Nvidia. 8%. More than likely, SPY stay above this, a yearly upside breaker. That'd be favorable, okay? That'd be favorable. So again, I want Nvidia to hold this territory, create as much separation away from this area as possible. I think Amazon just kind of slipped a couple names slipped our fingers, Tesla and Amazon. That's fine. So SPY hold this 691.65. This is a significant move on SPY, guys. There's a pretty big move on SPY from the standpoint of we're above that yearly upside breaker. Okay, Nvidia is up 11%. Okay, so if you get stopped out here, don't treat this stop out as part of the trade. Just treat this trade for what it's giving you. So a lot of times what traders do is you get stopped out for 20, 30, 40. So the next trade, you try to get back what you lost, right? Every opportunity is different. So from my standpoint, I'm going to treat this as a lotto. So meaning I need this to give me 1 or 2, preferably 2. If it falls back under this territory here, then I get stopped out again. Okay. Preferably stay above this hold area. Preferably stay above that hold area. Okay, 15-minute on NVIDIA is looking good. See if they continue push. I want this 5-minute candle in this current 20 seconds or so. I want us to stay above 193.47. Okay, that'll give us some nice. Google is out of here. Tesla continues to bounce. Amazon is out of here. NVIDIA, see if NVIDIA can join the party. Semi's a little bit, Broadcom a little slow. Let's see SNDK. SNDK is starting to move. That 930 is critical on SNDK. If NVIDIA breaks above these highs, we continue. Gets above 193.61. Okay. Good thing to do now is mark out your NC. Look at SPY, hit TP2. From that initial trade, okay, hit TP2. Anyone extract profits on Tesla already? Preferably if we can stay above this, that would continue to show us that we have some strength. No close below that 193.47. We are seeing a little bit of a shooter on the 5. So I can move my risk to here. No close here. No close back below. My NC will be there. No close back below that major resistance area that we had a hard time getting above. So if we could stay above that, okay, either scale, give me a scale out. All right, give me a scale out notice, or hit TP all the way at this 694.58. In the meantime, look at SPY, guys. In the meantime, look at SPY. All right, this morning we said if we can get above those highs, we have a runway, and we are running away. We are running away. Look at SPY. Next target on SPY, 693.29. Okay, NVIDIA's starting to go here. Anyone take NVIDIA? Or Tesla? Or Amazon? Or even SPY. That break on SPY was nice. 40% on the Qs. 6%. Good, good, good. SPY calls. Look at that. 40%. Beautiful job, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. When it's moving, it's grooving. 28. Good, good, good. So I'm using NVIDIA as a proxy. Apple is trying to wake up off those lows. Okay, trying to wake up off those lows. Critical level on Apple is at 258.42 as it approaches it. Keep a close eye there. So at least for me on NVIDIA, I don't want to see a close back below here, this major resistance. Okay, so I'm not going to sit through 20+% drawdown. Maybe 5-10% here of drawdown is acceptable. We did see upwards of 11 to 13%. But again, the nature is if it's a slow grind higher, VIX is now headed back to downside. Qs are looking good. See if NVIDIA can continue to push. Okay. We are having a hard time with that 5-minute, those 5-minute highs, 193.52. So SPY continues to look how slow is moving, but look how slow is moving. Slow and steady. Okay. Slow and steady. NVIDIA doesn't want to run today. Taking a break from screen time. That's always a good thing to do, guys. NVIDIA hold this area, or unfortunately I'll have to part ways with it. Yeah, it did provide 11 to 13%. If I was treating it as a scalp, that would have probably been a good area to scale out. But with NVIDIA, I'm treating it as, hey, you know what? Hit the target or give me 1R. So I'll have to forego that nice push in pursuit of something bigger. And that's the nature of lottos. New shift here, guys. New shift. We have these highs. As we interact with these highs, a continued acceleration above it would be great. If we grab it, we can see a little bit of a mean reversion back to 691.65. Keep a close eye on that. Keep a close eye on that. So inside, new 15-minute candle as well. New 30-minute candle, new hourly candle, bottom of the hour. Amazon and Tesla. Amazon and Tesla are going nicely. Look at Amazon and Tesla. Amazon's moving nicely. Tesla moving nicely as well. Tesla is headed towards that possible TP first. Okay, scale out on Tesla. If you took that, that was beautiful. So how do we interact with those highs? Do we grab it or do we continue to push? Interesting to see. And then now, guys, we are $7 away. $7 some change away from all-time highs. So we need Tesla to bounce off this NC. We want that resistance turn to support. If it collapses back under it, then I'll part ways. If I said Amazon, I meant to say NVIDIA. Then I'll part ways with it. Okay? Essentially, this lotto hour at this point, guys. All right, we just took the slow vehicle, NVIDIA. Or the vehicle that's not going anywhere. But the other ones, the other opportunities are going nicely. And that's the nature of going with those individual names. Okay, sometimes you get the one that goes, you get the one that doesn't go. Meta hit TP3. Meta hit TP3. And that lines up nicely with that 5. So no close. This would be the exact. So I don't want to see a close on the 5 here. On this exact level. If we close below that on the 5, then we'll part ways with NVIDIA. At 193.24. If you already took profits, congratulations. Let's get the likes up, guys, on YouTube. Make sure to like the video. Let's get the likes up. We're at 96 first-time viewers. Let us know where you're joining from. Long-time viewers. Take the next steps. Join our community. All the links are in the chat, pinned in the chat to join. You can take a screenshot of the QR code. That also gives you access right away. Use the code TRIAL30. Okay. Use the code April. Not TRIAL30. Use the code April. Today we'll look to wrap up at around 1 o'clock. Getting close to get stopped out here, 190 on NVIDIA. So I did move the stop. The stop was not all the way down here as it was initially. So I did move it a little below break even. Maybe -7. -7-ish. Because I want that technical resistance to hold. We got above it. I want it to hold for us to continue to push higher. Matter of fact, it might be beneficial if I put it here, so you guys can see. Okay, so this is the entry. By the time we got here, it was up about 13%. But again, I want to see it go all the way to there, so I was okay with opting not to take profits there, since it's my lotto. All the way back into here is what I was looking to target. So in this case, what I want to see get held, we are seeing a nice little 5-minute sell-off, is there. I don't want to see a close back below 193.24 on NVIDIA. Okay. We can get back and forth. We can start to see some buyers step in here. And of course, we need to take out this highs up here. Okay. So that's the idea on NVIDIA. First time got stopped out. Second time reloaded. Took the trade. Again, aiming for that territory up there. Back to SPY. Poll question from this morning was, welcome if you joined the Discord today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Walter. I should see you jump in here shortly. We'll go over ways how to join the Discord here shortly. Okay, while we babysit this NVIDIA trade. First things first, of course, we do have the giveaway at 100 likes. So let's get to 100 likes. 150, we'll do 2 giveaways. We did open up 20 spots for the month of April. NVIDIA's starting to bounce here. Okay, SPY. SPY's on a tear. That break on SPY. Okay. Better risk reward v NVIDIA. Better risk reward versus NVIDIA. SPY still climbing. Done for the day. Beautiful job, Joe. Take broke 550 for the first time today. Volatile might be incoming. Okay, NVIDIA, let's go. The name of the game, I think, is when these kind of conditions, guys, all right, is if you're looking for those big gains, you probably have to get further data cons. And you're going to sit through a position because it's slow grind. That's going to justify it. So NVIDIA came back here, played out like we wanted, and held that level. Now we needed to, of course, respect this. It's a retest after it becomes resistance. Now we need that continued momentum to break that 193.73 to get back in business. Okay. SPY's on the pursuit of 193.29, 15 minutes directional. VIX going south. Okay, they were going in the same direction earlier. Now they're reverting back to the original relationship. That inverse relationship. Okay. Out on calls. Beautiful job. Look at this, guys. So NVIDIA back to being up 8%, 10%. Did flash 11. Back to where it started. So again, it's very important you make the same adjustments when you're in trades. You make the adjustments. Right, you draw some levels out. Hey, you know what? I want this to take place. I like this. I like this. This will be my validation marker. Okay, that's very, very important that you do that. NVIDIA, let's go NVIDIA. Stay above 193.73, we'll be good to go. I want to see a scale out on NVIDIA. And then now, at least NVIDIA stay above 193.50, okay? And SPY stay above this 692.47. If you did take NVIDIA, if you held through the back and forth, okay, you're up 16%. TP, if you already TP'd, that's okay as well. If you took a different idea on NVIDIA, if you took the bounce, and we just talked about that as well here, that's where we are. So now I'm going to move my NC. NC simply means my no close. So my line in the sand to here. Okay, so at least that gives me break even. Close to break even. What am I pursuing? All right, I'm pursuing a scale out. I want to get a 1R. That is a responsible place to TP. If you're looking for a W. So at least into that territory there. Okay. See if that 5 minute can hold this 193.73. SPY pulling back. I'm gonna move it a little bit higher here. SPY, as it approaches this level here, needs to bounce. Would be helpful if it bounces. Be helpful if it bounces. Let's see if NVIDIA can start to go now. Rotate into NVIDIA. Okay, there goes NVIDIA. If you took NVIDIA, dollar signs in the chat. Or anything else in that last juncture. So we need SPY to bounce here. SPY bounce is good. If it doesn't, if we slice right under that, NVIDIA can get back below 193.73. SPY bounces here like it's doing now, back to that 692.79. Good to go. Beautiful job, Turbo. Tesla, you took Tesla. Beautiful job. Still in, okay. Hands of steel. All right, so we needed this to hold on SPY, and then NVIDIA continues to push. We're looking at NVIDIA, folks, on YouTube on a side screen here that our members have access to. So we are, it's not just, I'm just looking at SPY. I am looking at NVIDIA as well. Okay. Okay, 20%. I want us to stay above 193.51 now. See if SPY can continue to push to 692.79. Okay, 23, 25. 27. Scale out. Look at SPY right there. I like that pump right there. Scale out if we need to. I'm going to scale out right there. Okay. At 24. Thank you very much. Look at that candle on SPY. See if they can continue to push now. Up 27. All right, so we walked through this entire setup on NVIDIA, guys. Let's not lose track. I did get stopped out here. Okay, and then re-engage. Okay, so scale out here already. The indicator tells us scale out. We already scaled out. And see now is a matter of just drawing your line in the sand for your runners, okay? If you scaled out fully, by all means, great job. If you didn't, if you're holding still all the way there, you know what level needs to be held on SPY, okay? For that to be in the foreseeable future during this current stretch, SPY needs to hold that level. Okay. My NC now team is going to be here. My NC is going to be here. Very clear. I'm going to make it right here. No close back below here. From a technically, I mean, if I just sat through it here, okay, I could have squeezed out of it, but again, my risk was right there, so I had to do the right thing and be disciplined. And if it sets up again, it's going to provide an opportunity. If we fall under 193.81 and close below it, I'll close out. So at least we'll get 15 to 20 out of those runners. Okay. Look at SPY, guys. I mean, SPY is now starting to accelerate. Okay. SPY is now starting to pick up. SPY is kind of giving me a little bit of FOMO. Okay, I'll close the video right there. Last scale out at 18. Okay, so done with the video. And then now you guys know it. Now it's going to go. Anyone else riding SPY? 100%. It just, you have to get used to this kind of movement. You have to get used to this kind of movement. 30% done. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 18%. Have a great day, Lynn. The one regular trade we took outside of those two lottos is SPY here. Okay. That was it. And the action was a little messy. Now we're starting to get clean here, guys. Starting to pick up some. Still holding one SPY. Beautiful job, Firefly. Okay. If it's bullish, let it be bullish. Let it drag you to the... Look at SPY. Look at the video. Okay. %30 on SPY, still in 20% on Nvidia. Good. So with this Nvidia trade, okay, you can add one. The biggest takeaway is, if you do have a trade idea, okay, you do have a trade that you do take, don't be afraid of being wrong. Okay, don't be afraid of being wrong. That's all I can say. All right, you might have an idea, and then at that particular time, the idea doesn't work out. Okay. All right. The idea itself, okay, in theory, didn't break and close below this, but my risk was coming to this level, and I was stopped out. All right, so in the meantime, we went over to a couple of other names. They showed some strength, and eventually they set up it once again. Got that nice little push, came back in, and then it started to break, and then we took it at that first scale out, and then close out there, the last bit at 18%. Okay. That's the main thing, all right? So if you're going to take anything away, of course, move nicely. All right? The biggest takeaway is, when you have a setup, respect your stop. The reason is, if your stop was here, okay, say if your stop was here. Just for the sake of illustration. So you took a trade, your stop was there. And this is your hardline stop, and it did this, and you stayed in, and it reclaimed and it took off. Although you didn't do the right thing, you made money per se, but, okay, you made it via violating one of your rules. You got away with it now, but there will be a time. Okay, I'm not wishing anyone's downfall. I'm just saying the reality is, the things you get away with here, there will be a time where you just continues to drop and you don't get away with it. Okay, so biggest takeaway is, you get stopped out, stop out, reassess. If it's still there, you're interested, the setup is still valid, re-engage. Don't widen your stop outside of your plan. Okay? Don't widen your stop outside of your plan. All right? SPY. I mean, this thing continues to go, guys. It's trying to put itself within striking distance of all-time highs, but by power hour, possibly. If it can get into the 695s, okay, by 2:30, okay, we don't know what could happen during power hour. 75% on SPY. Beautiful job, Cooper. 42% on my account. Look at that. Beautiful job, John. Done for the day. Off to work. That's what we love to see, guys. Okay. So look at some of our team members. Everyone just staying patient. Okay. The name is Strikers. All right. We have to wait, strike. And the rest of the time we just waiting. Think of yourself as a sniper. All right. We're not using, it's not machine gun trading. Just wait, take your shot. And sometimes you want to take your shot, but it moves. So you can't chase unless you're doing something else. So 42% on the account for John today. 80% Firefly. 80%. 18%. Dollar signs. Tremendous 40%. 50%. 28%. 28%. All right, so everyone waiting, trading their trade, managing their position, respecting their risk. All right, and that's the essence of our team. It looks like NVIDIA wants to take off. I think this happened to us on Friday or Thursday. A very similar trade with NVIDIA. All right, I end up closing it at 70, and this thing goes 300+%. Okay. $156 on SPY. Rev DJ Kev. All right, let's get the likes up, guys. We're close to 150 likes. We had over 1,000 people stop by. If you're a first-time viewer, make sure to subscribe. Long-time viewers, take the next steps. There is about 20 spots available. Okay, I made 20 spots available this week. If you're interested in joining for a trial of our community, get access to all the tools and resources. If you're interested in Shockwave 15, I'm going to post that webinar shortly, in the recording of the webinar shortly in the Discord. Okay, I'll be available in the free tier as well. Grab your copy of Shockwave. So in this case, Shockwave is what led to this. So in theory, if we just took it here, that was a trade from Shockwave. Okay, that is the trade from Shockwave. So it takes the guesswork out. If there's going to be a big move, we'll put you in position. What you do with it is up to you. Tesla. This one's the one that got away. This one already hit TP. This is a retest on Shockwave. So it broke here, scale out, comes back in. Okay. It even came back for that retest right here as well. So again, if I just stayed on top of it, right, that was an opportunity there for the retest, but we shifted our focus to NVIDIA. Amazon. Okay, Shockwave. Scale out. What else? Google. We took Google yesterday. That was our lotto yesterday. Goog. Look at Goog. Good night. Okay, Goog is out of here. Meta. There's no looking back. Out of here. So if there's a move, it's going to bring those moves to your attention. It's going to bring it to it's going to serve it to you on a platter. Okay. SPY, just a slow grind higher. We have to classify this as a slow grind expansion. We've seen this. We've seen this before. 65% on QQQ. While you're in NVIDIA, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Have a great day, guys. Dirty Red 6623. All right, so now's a good time just to pack it up. First 2 hours. Try to shoot for the first 2 hours. All right, you don't have to do the whole 2 hours. Right, the first 2 hours, that's prime time. Most of you do work full time, so you don't have the luxury of spending all the hours. So that's why you want to focus. Okay, right, we hit that target, guys. Daily upside target. If we take a look at this daily time frame, this daily candle, it's astonishing to say the least. $45%. That's 2 traders on our team, guys. 45% on their account today. $45% on the account today. Okay, that is a phenomenal feat. Okay. Tesla, my goodness, Tesla's out of here. Intel doesn't want to participate. SPY, Apple, that was also a candidate to the downside. That already played out nicely. Okay, look at that. Comes in, Shockwave, completely breaks down. Now we're just hanging out in this area on Apple. Okay. Operational hours for Shockwave are closed. So Shockwave was closed. All right. So we'll have it until 11:30. We have it until 12. 3 minutes away. I don't think there's a chance of it coming to Shockwave. If you're trading moving average strategies, again, go to Shockwave, pull back to EMAs. That's going to be a great technique. If it's an uptrend, slap the EMAs on. You can see we're riding those waves. So once those waves start to clear up, just pull back at the waves. Pull back at the waves. We're at a major key level here, the daily upside target. So it's almost like whenever we get this compression of the EMAs and price, you wait for the EMAs to start to get back in order and fan back out. All right. ES took out last month's highs. Wow. Yep, it's on its way. It's on its way. Now the question is, who gets there first? Just like that, guys. Just like that. Yeah, so the market already digested Iran. Okay, that's old news. All right, the market already figured out that conflict. They figured out that unless there's a major, when I say major, is just full out war. Unless that happens, all right, the market has already moved on. Okay. Think of the market. Think of the market having like antibodies. Okay. So when the market is, think of it like a living, breathing species. Okay, it moves, it wakes up every day, it moves around. Okay. So now when the market gets attacked by a virus, aka a catalyst, okay, it throws the immune system, the market's immune system all over the place. It doesn't know what to do. It overreacts. okay, as it adjusts. So it starts to panic. It starts to get quote unquote ill. It starts to get fearful. And then after some time passes, all right, it starts to build tolerance. It starts to build tolerance and now has those antibodies for this particular attack or for this particular virus. Okay, so now that was the Iran attack. So anytime this comes back up in some way, shape, or form, now it's been there, has the antibodies, and knows how to respond. So the responses are not going to be as aggressive as it initially was. Unless it's unless it's to the extent where it's entirely a new catalyst. We saw this take place with tariffs as well. If any tariff headlines come out today, okay, let's do a mental exercise. Say, okay, there's a tweet that comes out, we're going to do 500% tariffs on China starting tomorrow. Do you think the market will drop 20% in 2 days? I don't think so. Maybe it will drop 3% because it has the antibodies. It knows what it's been there before. So unless it's something brand new, the market takes its time to adapt, figure it out, and then get past it. And we've seen this take place time and time and time and time again. Okay, so now the question is, where is the optimal opportunity for investors? The market has to be under attack. That's the opportunity. It's hard because you're probably not blocking out the noise. You're listening to all these people, and you get distracted, and you blink, and it's up 30, 40%. For an individual name, or it's up 30, 40 points. All right, so it looks like we're building some immunity, we're building some tolerance as it pertains to what's going on in the middle, as it pertains to what's going on in Iran. That didn't even drop us down 10%. Okay, so that's what this was a case of. Didn't even go down 10%. Okay, look at this. Let's pull up the pull this up real quick. Okay, guys. Now we're talking. Okay. Look where we are. It took us 42 trading days to fall from all-time highs to 9%. Okay? Not even 10%. Pull back. Seemed like it was the end of the world. Now, within, look at this, within 10 trading days, 15 days total, including the weekends, 10 trading days, we went from 629.28 to 697.84. Or 693.10 as of now. And of course, the all-time high is 697.84. Okay, this is what the market does. The weekly. See the weekly. Okay. Came right to that 10% pullback territory, came in that area, reclaimed that 20 on the weekly, reclaim everything, and now we're pushing back up. Okay, this is the nature of the beast. All right, it's in no one's best interest. It's in no one's best interest for the market to collapse. There's the biggest of the biggest players have exposure to the S&P. And the biggest of the biggest players, you can get as conspiracy theory as you want, it's not in their best interest to lose. So they're going to do whatever they can to prop this thing back up. So it's essentially rigged on the long term. So everyone else who's saying otherwise on the long term, during the times it's collapsing, is just basically distracting you. How do you like SPY strangles right here? Don't strangle or straddle. Don't take too many of those trades intraday. But there is a use case for those type of ideas. Okay, guys. Any questions? Any questions? So we did take 2 trades today. SPY, just 1 trade on SPY. Yesterday, 1 trade on SPY, but it was a lotto. Today, regular trade. Okay. And 2 lottos on NVIDIA. All right, so that's the kind of conditions we're in. Wait for this thing to go, and it'll start to go. How we doing, strikers? How are we doing? Because it's going to require just being patient, right? So you have to wait for the level. If you have the wrong entry, you can get chopped up. Okay, if you get the wrong entry, you get chopped up. The biggest danger now to all traders is, again, the ones who are green, is to give back your profit. Is to get lured in. Okay? The price action is going to try to seduce you to trade again. So it's very important you close your broker accounts. You even delete the app off of your phone if you trade from your phone. And stay 10 feet away or 6 feet away. Okay? Social distance yourself from your brokerage account and clicking any buttons. All right? And just be a spectator. Okay, but tremendous job, smooth, awesome job. Let me know if I can. No, I'll just keep that in the DM there. All right, so a lot of you are finding success, guys. Continue to maintain it, continue to make the adjustments, and it's a testament to your hard work. All right, I always say there's nothing that I can do or give you to get you over the top outside of resources. Okay, there's nothing I can do to make you. You're already made. Okay, you're already made. Now it's just the tools and resources are just there to refine, so you can refine yourself. And you can bring that out of yourself. All right, so profitability is not for sale. It's already in you. Okay, I promise you there's no magic potion someone can give you to get there. You have all the elements already inside. Right? If you're still in the beginning and you're losing, you just can't seem to find a way, right? You're on the path to gathering all the elements. And then now it's like puzzle pieces. Now only you can put it together. So all the tools, resources, ideas, right, is just to help you refine yourself. And I truly believe that's the best way to go about it. Okay, sticking to the process, sticking to the boring stuff. And the boring stuff become fun. Okay, the fun stuff are boring when they're no longer fun. And big congratulations to the ones who are finding their way. Okay. Nvidia's out of here. Oh, Nvidia's gone. Yeah. Yeah, it's completely gone. Sometimes my scalping brain, I got to be honest, I'm a scalper at heart, so sometimes it kind of works against me. All right, but it's okay. I'll accept that. All right, you don't want to change your core identity as a trader because of a few instances or a few occurrences, if that makes sense. There are going to be some things you're going to have to just deal with. Okay. But real quiet, you got a good piece of it. What is Shockwave? So let's talk about what the Shockwave is. Let's talk about how to join our community, guys. We'll do the giveaway. We have 107 likes. Let's see if we can get to 150. We'll do 2 giveaways, and we'll break everything down. We know we have a lot of people joining us every single day. So I'd like to bring you guys up to speed. First things first, if you are interested in joining our community, all the QR codes are on the screen to make it easier for you to join. I can also drop the link. You got to go to smartactiontrain.com. That's our official site outside of accessing the tools and resources and the different things we have to offer. Okay, you can use a chart. Okay, we have a nice chart embedded into the site. You can see how close we are to all-time highs. Nice economic calendar, market news, and of course a heat map. Okay, if you're at work and you don't want to pull up a bunch of charts, you can use our site. You get a good feel of how things are going up until now. When you jump over down here to this watch list, this is the index ETFs. This is the terrific 12, the 12 most important names in the market from my standpoint. Okay, that really move the market, and of course 11 sectors all there for you. When you go to the community tab, if you do want to join and become a SPY striker, the whole point is one ticker, 1 hour, one consistent result. Okay, and have access to all these features. Okay, full access to the Discord, live trading and training with screen share, ad-free, delay-free, pre-market prep stream, extended live coverage until the close, high win rate trade ideas, real-time options flow data, AI-based trade ideas. Some of our team members are taking advantage of that now. Options trading beginner course, 2,500 plus hours of training video, past streams, webinars, bunch of things in there for you. My ebook, How I Draw My Levels. Okay, the scaffolding of my system is in this ebook. So if you are a member, make sure to go over that so you understand the terminology. 24/7 stock market news feed in this news-driven cycle, news-driven economy, guys. You can't be on X, you can't be on all these platforms simultaneously. So we bring all the major headlines to you through our feed. All right. So it's very focused on the headlines pertaining to the market. We've seen it play out, especially during the conflict past couple of weeks. We would get the root before it became a headline. It was a rumor. We would get it first. So this is a critical tool. Automated technicals. You get my watch list, day trade swing setups as well. So the fact that the VIX is below the 18 now, if it gets into that 17, 50, 16 territory, some swing opportunities will be available, and I'll make those available. And most importantly, you get to surround yourself with some serious, dedicated, supportive traders. Okay. The one thing I can't choose, okay, is what kind of community we cultivate. And up until this point, we've been cultivating an awesome group of traders, more than willing to share their ideas, who share that abundance mindset, who are trying to submit themselves to their process. All right, and it's awesome to see. So if you want to be a part of that, guys, use the code trial. Use the code April. That trial code no longer works. Use the code April. 20 spots available for the month of April. Absolute steal, $69 a month. You click it, and then it should lead you to this page here, and then you type April, like the month. You don't need the quotes. Okay, that knocks off 15% off your first month. Okay, yearly. You can also use the yearly as well. You get 12 months of access, one payment, boot camp ticket, and a bonus coaching call in there. This brings your average per month to 46. All right, and there's no code for that yet. You have 4 free months, one payment, 12-month access. Okay, so that's the 2 ways you can join our community. Our latest and greatest product, of course, is Shockwave. Shockwave 15. is a structured system for you to trade the open. We know a lot of the opportunities during the day take place within the first couple hours of the day, and most traders don't have a clear way of capitalizing off of that. So this is the solution to that. All right, structured plan, clear levels, built-in risk guidance, fully customizable. It's an indicator you use to help you navigate the opening range based on your profile of risk and reward you choose. Okay, completely customizable, and that's the first trade we took was based off Shockwave. I use Shockwave to support what I'm seeing already. All right, so I use Shockwave as an assistant. Okay, I'm the one who makes a decision, but Shockwave as an assistant, basically like an agent, basically. All right, so that's what it is. $497. You can take advantage of that. One-time payment, lifetime access. So after that early bird special, I'll probably put this on a yearly plan. Okay, a yearly plan or a yearly cycle. There's a lifetime access, as you have access to it for the entirety of your trading career. Okay, so you have access to it, and it's a tool belt, a tool you can add to your tool belt for the rest of your career. Early bird special, make sure to take advantage. The code is on our site. If you want the code now, let me know, and I can drop it in the chat. But again, you definitely want to take advantage of this. Strikers, you do have a code for it. Use the code as pinned in the announcements. Okay, I will be hosting another webinar this Saturday for those of you who are interested, live. I do have a pre-recorded one as well. You can check that out. Okay, we'll do another webinar this Saturday as well. I'll let you know later this week. And we're going to do 5 days of back testing to break down how this exactly works on top of the webinar. So if you're interested, I'll send you that link as well. And that window is slowly starting to close. Okay, so make sure to take advantage. Once it does close, it goes back to its original price. All right, so $497 there. Okay, absolute steal. If we look at the contracts today, guys, the contracts are in the money SPY contracts. They are about 93 cents. I mean, it's late day. All right, so about four contracts in the morning, maybe 1 or 2 contracts. So this within itself is a trade. The only difference is, okay, this is a trade you're making to invest in yourself. Okay, this is a trade you're making to invest in yourself. Okay, so those are all the ways to join our community, access all the tools and resources I have available. Okay, so if you want the Shockwave code, I'll put it in the chat. Some of you want it. Okay, so someone see a nice little downward compression? Okay, and also everything is available on screen as well. Okay, I made it easy, so you can just pull out your phone, take a screenshot, not a screenshot, a picture of the QR code, and I'll send you directly there. NVIDIA's out of here. NVIDIA's out of here. I'm up 12K. Beautiful job, guys. %. I saw my weekend 380 or on your front yard. Yeah, just a nice little shakeout. They couldn't let you get that. What is that? That's almost 3, 6, 9, 12, yeah, almost a 5x. 4 to 5x return. Turbo, but regardless, tremendous job. Okay, so there is nothing much to do here for me, guys, as far as maybe just get a couple of scalps off EMAs. I mean, this thing already took off. And now if we start to get back into all-time highs, guys, then the conditions change. What I mean by that is now when we're flirting with all-time highs every single day, all right, there's a new set of things you have to take into consideration. We will address it when we get there. All right, that's why that experience, all right, is so critical. Okay, because if you're a first-time trader, if you're brand new, especially in these conditions, right, it just seems like it's just changing every day, right? What worked 2 weeks ago doesn't work now. What works now, 3 weeks from now is not going to work. That's why it's so hard. Right? That's why it's so hard, guys, because it constantly changes. Okay? It constantly changes. Shockwave does not come with your community access. Shockwave is a separate product. Okay? But if you want to join the community, that you have access to all the tools and resources. So Shockwave is a standalone product. You don't have to be in the community to get it. You can be in the community, grab it as well. Think of it as an additional tool. Standalone. Nice little downward compression break there. Again, not a lot of room unless you get that impulsive break. That would be nice. Giveaway. So we'll do the giveaway here at 12:30. So I know some of you put your names in earlier, so you're gonna have to put your names in again. I didn't collect any names. I have a good setup. Was making me money for a month now. It's working right now, but it will again. Yeah. So it's the interesting thing is the setups don't really change, but how you apply the setups, when you apply the setups, and the fine tweaks you make the setups don't really change. They change. Right? So the setup itself remains the same, but the tweaks you make, depending on the conditions, is what changes. Constant tweaks. I love your stream like the dad I never had. Appreciate it, Native Gamer. Yeah, I mean, if we look at the contracts from earlier, I mean, yeah, we're entitled to the FOMO. Okay, those contracts there, the 690s. Okay, just for fun exercise. Let's see where they are. Ooh, okay, 690s. They're at 340. We got them for $117. Okay. $104. I just saw the Google Meets chat, guys. Look at this, guys. Tremendous stuff. 104 account growth today for Smooth IWM. This is just amazing things to see. Small account, first session 351, second session 183. Thank you for simplified terminology. I've been able to follow along, understanding. I'm learning structure and clarity. Thank you so much. Absolutely, guys. Again, if you guys haven't already, if you want to, what would tremendously help our community, okay, is for you guys to leave a review on WAP. All right, we have north of 100 people via WAP that joined. So out of those 100 people, we only have 15 reviews up until now. So most of the people that did join, we did go to WAP in March. We migrated from Gumroad. All right. So most of you are now past your first week. So again, you can leave a review. It doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't have to be a whole essay. It can just be stars. It can just be a short sentence, whatever you feel. Okay, but that review definitely helps. If it hasn't been your first week yet, maybe hold off. Okay, get a good feel on how we're doing things. And then once you're past that first week, okay, make sure to leave a review of some sort. All right, because there's other traders who are hesitant. Okay, they're hesitant. They have the right to be hesitant. They've been hurt in a different Discord. And the reality of the situation is, as much as trading is an independent endeavor, is best done in a team environment. right? Only few traders can survive and do this on their own. Not to say that you can't do it, but if you have a community that backs you, okay, then you have the pulse on the market, right? Yeah, you know what's going on. The traders within the community keep you up to date, keep you up to speed. So it's imperative that we continue to share, continue to highlight one another, share different pieces of information, insights, whatever the ticker is. Okay, that's what makes us stay on top of everything. So tremendous job, Cooper. Tremendous job, Too Smooth. That's just astronomical, guys. Yeah, the free Discord. There's the free Discord. You have a news feed. The news feed is available. The news feed is available. And there it goes once again. There it goes once again. Okay, let's collect some names. All right, you can start putting your names in the chat team, and then we'll do the giveaway. Okay, if we can get to 150 likes, we'll do, 2 giveaways. If you're just jumping in, make sure to subscribe. All right, look at it. There goes SPY once again. There goes SPY once again. Downward compression breaks, pops above that target. Okay, next level is 693.68. So that's the highest level I think I have on the game plan. So game plan, the highest level that I provided was actually 695.35. We already smashed that. So this is a huge push. So all the levels are provided in the pre-market. 695.35. Did I provide that? Okay, no. I gave you the levels all the way to here. So, all right. So think of the levels that I provide as the extremes. So the last level that I've given out is all the way up here. So we're looking across the 693.68, which is that weekly upside target. So a target on the weekly. This is insane. NVIDIA. Look at that, guys. So maybe just being a little patient would pay off a little more while in the position, especially in this slow grind environment. So again, I'll probably an adjustment. If we continue to be in this kind of condition, okay, and if it's a slow grind higher, it might be in your best interest after you lock in just to let things ride out as long as at least the 5-minute trend is still intact. Okay, so put your names in the Discord, guys. Names in the Discord, names in Google Meets, wherever you're joining us from. We'll put you on the wheel. We have John G, Wayne, Megan. We have Troy, Arnie, Wise. Arnie, Wise. Wise. We have Riri, Dave B, KC. Riri, Dave B, and Casey. We have, okay, I got all the names on Google Meets up until Casey. We have Day Y, Jake R. I woke up late today. Most of the move looks like is already happening. I grabbed literally one 0DT call. Yeah, West Coast time. Yeah, West Coast time. You have to be up really early. Yeah, I think we're spoiled here in the East Coast. East Coast, if you're late to market open, especially at the time available, yeah, it can be late. Because if you don't go through your routine, you're gonna feel rushed. Okay. Think of yourself as a professional athlete. The only difference is you're essentially a mental athlete. Okay. So it's routine, doing the same thing every day. Doing the same thing every day. Okay, I got John, Brian B. We got Eric V. Is it only the app or does it have a Discord app? Yeah, so when you join the community, all the resources are available through the Discord. So all the posts are in the Discord. Kevin, Smitty. We have Eric B. We have Mercy. If you're already a member, then you get the boot camp. If you win. We got Thomas. Walter. Cynthia P. Okay. We'll give it until 35. All right. So that is a target, so we can see a nice little take profit there at that target. And when you do join, everything is all the onboarding is done through WAP. Okay, so you join and you'll have access to the WAP, and the link to join the Discord is in there. So what trades did I take today? We took SPY. Okay. Okay, the idea was to get the calls here. And we hit NVIDIA 2 times. Stopped out on the first one. Second one worked in our favor. Just 3 trades. All right, so the only levels we can really work with, guys, is the levels here and the level here. This being very shallow, this being somewhat healthy. Okay, we got Mook. Jamie, I don't think I got you yet. I don't have you yet. So I'll get you. Jamie. All right, in the meantime, let's get the likes up. Smash that like button, team. For some reason, today, the stream. A lot of weird things on the back end, to say the least. Mucho. Okay, I'm not even going to try to read that. Okay, that's in Spanish. Eric. Grace. And thank you for everyone supporting the channel on YouTube, guys. I do appreciate folks on YouTube who are supporting the channel. You're welcome. Let me see if I can translate that. See something? Okay, let me see if I can understand it first. Okay, lots of police in Los Angeles. Sheriff. Jeff Bezos, CIA. That's what I take away from that. All right, do we bounce off that or do we give that up? Context, VIX is pushing higher. We did see that take place a lot of times. NVIDIA hit TP. So again, as long as we close above 690, okay, the bulls did tremendous. So they have a little bit of slack. Okay, they have a little bit of room to give some back, but it's in their best interest to try to push it as much as possible. But anything above 690 is a victory, in my opinion, because now we're within striking distance. On a week where we have barely any catalyst, we're within striking distance. And now if we look ahead, Forex Factory, okay, economic calendar, we have nothing else outside of unemployment claims on Thursday. And then next week, we have retail sales and we have some earnings. We're officially kicking back earnings season. So just in time for earnings, okay, we're within striking distance of all-time highs. Just in time for earnings. Just in time for earnings season. Okay, let's do the giveaway here. Giveaway. Looks like we're starting to give that territory back. All right, so we got all the names. Let me check one more time. We got Ricky G. We got Jennifer. Anyone else? Let's check one more time. Okay. Okay, we have Casey. Right? Yeah, that's true, ZY. Anytime there's bearish move, the market just decides to do the latter. Okay, Nazim. Okay, there we go. All right, let's spin the wheel, team. Nice little bounce. Let us spin the wheel. Okay, so today's winner, we have 100 and... Let me refresh. We have 116 likes. Okay, so one giveaway. Winner today is Ricky G. I believe Ricky G is on our team. So Ricky G, send me a DM. You got the boot camp ticket for the upcoming boot camp. Look at that daily time frame. Congrats. Look at that daily candle, guys. Okay. Just pullbacks. That's the only thing available. But again, most of you should be done by now. Be on the lookout for possible, if you're looking for a path lower, keep a close eye on this trend line here. And keep a close eye for okay, if we are going to make that nice little break. Okay, we've been running up the majority of the day. We didn't have too many pullbacks. I don't think we had a single pullback. We just had some consolidation. Actually, the only pullback that we saw was right here. This was probably the only pullback that we saw. And that was 74 cents. Outside of that, we just have moments of consolidation. And then continue to push. All right, we had nice consolidation there. Go, consolidate, go. We start to get that technical pullback up to key zone. Spend some time, consolidate, go. Go. No, just tiny little. Okay. Touches to the EMA. Small little pullback there. Small little pullback there. Nothing major. Okay, so you have to really pick your spots effectively. So we'll look to wrap it up at 1 o'clock, guys. We'll look to wrap it up then. Next key zone is up here. So this morning when we opened up, our focal point was this holding above the zone to enter this runway. So runway means an area where we can see a pretty smooth, relative to anywhere else, a smoother move to the upside. And that's exactly what took place. Okay, we've just been running through this runway. So the next key zone is up here. From a bigger picture intraday thinking. Of course, there's zones with, there's levels and key zones within this area. But the next major zone is this rejection zone up here. And beyond this zone, there's nothing else. So look at the... So remember that inverse head and shoulder? It only makes sense in hindsight. Right, out of there. We had that weird wick this morning. That's it. That's all we got. Okay, that's all we got. That's all we got. If you're making a case for a bearish push, see if those highs don't get taken out. Right shoulder potentially forms. Apple. We can take a look at Apple big picture as well. Apple, okay. Apple has not really made that, has not been moving in unison with the indexes, but Apple is holding at 50. Okay, so we know the magic number on Apple on the weekly is it's inside on the weekly. Okay, so see if Apple can have that positive reaction off this 50 MA on the daily. I believe that's the 50 MA that I have. Yeah, it should be the... Okay, I got the 100 MA. So this is 100 MA. So 100 MA on the daily. See if Apple can hold that 100 MA on the daily. As it tested the past couple of days on Apple, past few days on Apple has been a lot of chop back and forth. If you can do that, pursuit of this 266.44, which is that weekly upside breaker, and of course, test this resistance up there. While we're at it, let's take a look at some individual names, some more names. The pick for the week during Stocks After Dark was Palantir. Palantir already left. Tesla starting to wake up. 4-day streak. If Tesla can resurface back above 368.75 territory, 368.70s, okay, can be interesting. 4-day streak on Tesla at the upside. MU, okay, on the verge of making another all-time high. Amazon starting to wake up. Look at Amazon's chart. Double bottom here, reclaims 200, now it's at this major resistance. AMD AMD starting to move as well. This morning, the inside candle comes back and retests. So we went over some of these names. AMD, Amazon on the daily. Retest that daily upside breaker on AMD. Look at that. Meta trying to reclaim that 200 EMA. Google comes back, retests its major resistance, continues to push, headed towards all-time highs. Nvidia, okay, is in this major resistance zone. After going inside, nice little push. Unlike everything else, Nvidia has not been able to make all-time highs. During the last stretch, when we made all-time highs in early part of the year, Nvidia has not made all-time highs since October. Okay. So when we were making those all-time highs in December and in January and in February, when everything was making all-time highs, Nvidia didn't join the party. So if Nvidia wants to make all-time highs, guys, Nvidia's all-time highs is this major resistance needs to be overcome. 196.86 needs to be overcome. And then that can open up the door for Nvidia to run up into this territory up here. All right, so it's a big, big test. So can Nvidia, the sleeping giant, this go around, join everyone else as they pursue their all-time highs? Walmart, okay, inverse correlation there. It looks like it wants to pull back the past couple of days. Energize that buy block, coming to retest that resistance. Exxon, okay, of course, falling off a cliff, coming to the support. JPM, okay, nice little breakout on JPM, continues to go. We're seeing Broadcom. Broadcom continues to expand. We are seeing Oracle. Oracle woke up. Okay, Oracle has essentially been in a coma. All right, since January. That's what it's been. So it still has a lot of work to do. But the one name, if you recall, guys, Netflix. Let's go back to our chart. Netflix fell below critical levels, fell below 100, sold off. Now Netflix on its way. There's 200 EMA on the weekly. It only makes sense, okay, when looking back. It only makes sense when looking back. Starbucks starting to wake up as well, slightly, not the best wake up. Let's take a look at some individual names, and then we'll look to wrap it up. Robinhood. Okay, Robinhood waking up. Warby. Webull. Webull waking up. Webull about to cross, holding that $5. That critical level on Webull is that 10. Everyone is waiting for that 10 on Webull. So this thing is starting to get tighter and tighter and tighter on Webull. It's not a bad leap idea on Webull. SoFi. Okay, SoFi is now a 3-week streak on SoFi. Okay, very similar to the action here. SoFi's direction on the week. Okay, SoFi 54% discount. What's next here? AMC, not interested. Carvana, starting to wake up as well. That's at that 380. JD, Oracle, Baidu. So international markets catching a bit as well. Coursera, Mara, Snapchat. Snapchat inverse head and shoulder. The level I like Snapchat is at that 520. Whenever it gets there, it does start to bounce. So again, Snapchat, you can go all the way back to the to those lows from $2019. So got below 2019 lows. Snapchat reclaimed it, inverse head and shoulder on the daily. Really and truly, it's not at the neckline yet. So Snapchat, now unless you do right shoulder entry, the neckline break is brewing on Snapchat. Okay, if that neckline break, this triple top fails, we get that continued expansion. We have room to $5.99, $6. GM, gap up on GM, Roku. Okay, Roku. Shopify, complete mess. Google, of course, out of here. GME, not interested. Airbnb, nasty chart. So what you want to look for is things that have not taken off yet. So reversal patterns on daily, weekly. Those are things you're going to look for as we continue to pick up. Microsoft, this was a big one. This was a huge opportunity on Microsoft, okay? Long-term ad. Anytime Microsoft gets below, again, it's not financial advice. Do what you want with the information. Okay. A great ad on Microsoft is anything below this weekly 200 EMA. Okay, we're starting to reclaim it. So that opportunity could still possibly be there if you're looking for a 5-10 year hold. Why? Especially for long term. Well, look what happened last time. We don't frequently come into this 200. Okay, so Microsoft on the verge of reclaiming that weekly 200. Okay, the reason why this trend line is still intact is because these lows, and the reason why the trend is still intact is because these lows will get taken out. That low that came in is still a higher low. So if anything, the trend line just shifts. Okay, if anything, the trend line just shifts like this. That becomes a relevant low. Or like this. Okay, so Microsoft. So a lot of these names, we gave you the levels before the drop. They're coming into play now. Baba. Mara. So you can see Mara comes in. AI gets the alert. Or AI gets the alert. He sends out the alert. Or it sends out the alert and it starts to push. Nike. Can Nike do it? Can Nike do anything? Nike just can't seem to catch a break. Nike's basically back at 2014's levels. Okay. Nike's tough story there. Lift. Can't seem to lift off. Support, keep a close eye. We have Schwab Financials reporting. Goldman Sachs, of course, nice recovery. Snow, so some software names now. So software names, if they start to wake up, keep a close eye on Snow. We're at support. Okay, keep a close eye on Now, ServiceNow. At support. But make sure you, if you're looking at this from a long-term perspective, make sure you do your fundamental due diligence. ServiceNow. Okay, enterprise software. Especially if you're in tech, you'll probably use ServiceNow in your company. If you're a medium to large company, okay. You have an idea what ServiceNow is, okay. I did break that, so I'll see if we can reclaim it. What else is next? CRM. So we're going to get a rally in software. CRM has a little more to go to the downside. Okay, that support is down there. ADBE, Adobe. Okay, Adobe's coming to this major support. We've fell below it. So can we recapture it? All right, so does the software trade also come back into the picture is the question. Okay, so does software come back into the picture? Adobe, if it continues to push, that 202-200 does look appealing. That drops it all the way back to 2019. Home Depot. So what are some big losers here? Biggest losers on the day. Wells Fargo. Together we won't go far. Wells Fargo. Wolf. We got Intel pulling back slightly. Lucid. Good night, Lucid. Remember when Lucid was relevant? The EV trade. Okay, COP. CVX. A lot of the energy names pulling back. Okay, Dell. Dell pulling back slightly. Okay. But still above all-time highs. Dow Chemical. What is the make or break in this case is when we said if we're going to get that major reversal, guys, we needed the 10-year and the 2-year to fall below what, if you guys recall? Okay. Okay. See if the 10-year and 2-year can get closer and closer to this 200 EMA. Right, head towards the downside. The dollar is all the way at 98. Okay, the dollar needs to stay below 200 EMA. And of course, at 100 level, we peaked above it. Now we're going south. Silver about to crack 80. Gold about to crack 4,700. Okay. All right, so that should bring us up to speed. SPY, okay, starting to break down that head and shoulder. Okay, so you can see. And you want to take that breakdown? Okay, TP where you need to. Wayne, beautiful job, Wayne. Beautiful job on being patient. Took it on Meta. For the trade day traders, what does it need to replace it with? Any risk at the end of time, counting day trades. So I'll read more into that. That's really good news. Absolutely, Leon. Have a great day. This is a nice breakdown here. Anyone riding this breakdown? Okay. Don't chase it. If you're in it, you're in it. If you're not, just see where it goes. Thank you, Martin, for refilling my coffee. Appreciate you for supporting the channel. Together we won't go far. Yeah, we know Wells Fargo. I mean, just complete scandal-filled, ripping people off, everyday people. That's not a big fan of predatory. I mean, the whole point of capitalism is you have to capitalize off someone, right? I think we said that before. All right, the essence of capitalism is capitalizing off of someone or off of something, right? Utilizing a skill set, you capitalize on that, and you have to capitalize on someone else. But the way you capitalize does not have to be predatory. It can be mutually beneficial, right? Creating fake accounts or doing all the stuff they've been doing, right? So that's why I said together we won't go far. And now the good thing is a lot of the old banks are getting disrupted, right? They've collected fees, the simplest business model. You put your money in every 2 weeks, every week, whatever money you have, whenever it comes in, whenever you get paid, however you get paid, however much you get paid. They collect a fee for holding your money. And if you need to take it out, you need to ask permission. I mean, they milked that for a long, long time. So I am for a lot of these companies providing banking as a service. These online companies, at least there's no fees associated with it, and people can access these accounts without paying for someone to hold their money. Right, so Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they got away with a lot. Right, and if they don't make the proper changes, that old way of doing things, they're too big to fail, in my opinion. I mean, we saw Wells Fargo fail multiple times, but okay, they brought it back. All right, but I think the consumer's a little more educated than before, and there's more options now. We looked at the stat last time. We took a look at it last time. How much money did Bank of America generate just simply, okay, from fees? Not even credit card fees, just checking account fees. Let me look that number up again. Any guesses without looking up? I'm going to look it up, but any guesses? Feel free. Okay. All right, 2024, Bank of America, 6.6 billion, 6 to 6.4 billion dollars. All right, that's an entire company. And that's been going on from the beginning of banking. All right, nice little drop. We're trying to push this thing back up. There's plenty of time to take TP. Although, depending on where the entry is, all in all, a 55-cent move. That's 55 cents in the 36-cent ATR environment is a good move. So more than 1x the ATR. All right, so any kind of billion, so yeah, 2.5 billion. Without moving a muscle. Okay. Any questions, guys, before I wrap it up? That's all we got for today. Again, another expansion day. Things can get interesting tomorrow. Do we gap up? If we do, we'll be very close to all-time highs. If we're going to get to all-time highs this week, we'll be there for it to see it take place. Again, if you joined us 10 days ago, okay, you saw we navigated the back and forth, a little bit of the turmoil intraday. We made the proper adjustments. We get back to all-time highs. We'll look to make the proper adjustments and continue to proceed with our system. So nothing really changes. Whether we're 10% correction, 15% correction, 20%, we're back at all-time highs. All right, we're going to continue to do the same thing. All right, where we are, where we open, doesn't impact us too much from an intraday perspective. Long-term, of course, it does. Swing trade, of course, it does. But from an intraday perspective, we're just lasered in on the intraday. All we care about is what levels the market has given us, what the ATR IV is, what kind of conditions we're trading in, what's the overall higher time frame context. Okay, what is our bird's eye view saying? Okay, what is everything else doing? And then we'll find our way. Beautiful job, Gary. All right. As always, guys, thank you for tuning in on YouTube. You know the ways to join the community. You can scan the code. Use the code April 30. April, not April 30. I'm so used to saying trial 30. I said April 30. So you use the code April, just April, the month April. Once those 25 spots are filled for the month, or you're going to have to wait until May to join the community. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. If you are a striker, folks on YouTube, if you're a first-time viewer, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Long-time viewers, make sure you're already subscribed. Make sure you like the video every single day. And if you're looking to take the next steps, codes are available. Folks interested in Shockwave, that's also available as well. Okay, as always, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you found value from today's stream. Stay safe, and God bless each one of you.
Tired of wasting hours staring at charts, over-analyzing trades, and still ending the day with inconsistent results? You're not alone. That's exactly why the Spy Strikers Trading Mentorship Discord community was created. Here, you can trade just one ticker for 1 hour and make strides towards consistent results. Join the Spy Strikers community and get daily live trading, clear pre-market game plans with key levels and high probability buy and sell zones, over 4 hours of delay-free, ad-free live trading and training, plus high win rate trade alerts, automated technicals that simplify charts, and full access to my strategies and indicators. This isn't a signal service. It's a community focused on process over profits, giving you all the resources, guidance, and training to help you succeed. You'll also get a full watch list, 1,500 plus hours of live trading videos, courses, an educational library, ebooks, and dedicated support. Stop guessing. Start trading with confidence. Become a SPY striker today, and take your trading to the next level. Tired of wasting hours staring at charts, over-analyzing trades, and still ending the day with inconsistent results? You're not alone. That's exactly why the SPY Strikers Trading Mentorship Discord community was created. Here, you can trade just one ticker for 1 hour and make strides towards consistent results. Join the SPY Strikers community and get daily live trading, clear pre-market game plans with key levels and high probability buy and sell zones, over 4 hours of delay-free, ad-free live trading and training, plus high win rate trade alerts, automated technicals that simplify charts, and full access to my strategies and indicators. This isn't a signal service. It's a community focused on process over profits, giving you all the resources, guidance, and training to help you succeed. You'll also get a full watch list, 1,500 plus hours of live trading videos, courses, an educational library, ebooks, and dedicated support. Stop guessing. Start trading with confidence. Become a SPY striker today, and take your trading to the next level. Tired of wasting hours staring at charts, over-analyzing trades, and still ending the day with inconsistent results? You're not alone. That's exactly why the SPY Strikers Trading Mentorship Discord community was created. Here, you can trade just one ticker for 1 hour and make strides towards consistent results. Join the SPY Strikers community and get daily live trading, clear pre-market game plans with key levels and high probability buy and sell zones, over 4 hours of delay-free, ad-free live trading and training, plus high win rate trade alerts, automated technicals that simplify charts, and full access to my strategies and indicators. This isn't a signal service. It's a community focused on process over profits, giving you all the resources, guidance, and training to help you succeed. You'll also get a full watch list, 1,500 plus hours of live trading videos, courses, an educational library, ebooks, and dedicated support. Stop guessing. Start trading with confidence. Become a SPY striker today, and take your trading to the next level. Tired of wasting hours staring at charts, over-analyzing trades, and still ending the day with inconsistent results? You're not alone. That's exactly why the SPY Strikers Trading Mentorship Discord community was created. Here, you can trade just one ticker for 1 hour and make strides towards consistent results. Join the SPY Strikers community and get daily live trading, clear pre-market game plans with key levels and high probability buy and sell zones, over 4 hours of delay-free, ad-free live trading and training, plus high win rate trade alerts, automated technicals that simplify charts, and full access to my strategies and indicators. This isn't a signal service. It's a community focused on process over profits, giving you all the resources, guidance, and training to help you succeed. You'll also get a full watch list, 1,500 plus hours of live trading videos, courses, an educational library, ebooks, and dedicated support. Stop guessing. Start trading with confidence. Become a SPY striker today, and take your trading to the next level. Tired of wasting hours staring at charts, over-analyzing trades, and still ending the day with inconsistent results? You're not alone. That's exactly why the SPY Strikers Trading Mentorship Discord community was created. Here, you can trade just one ticker for 1 hour and make strides towards consistent results. Join the SPY Strikers community and get daily live trading, clear pre-market game plans with key levels and high probability buy and sell zones, over 4 hours of delay-free, ad-free live trading and training, plus high win rate trade alerts, automated technicals that simplify charts, and full access to my strategies and indicators. This isn't a signal service. It's a community focused on process over profits, giving you all the resources, guidance, and training to help you succeed. You'll also get a full watch list, 1,500 plus hours of live trading videos, courses, an educational library, ebooks, and dedicated support. Stop guessing. Start trading with confidence. Become a SPY striker today, and take your trading to the next level. Tired of wasting hours staring at charts, over-analyzing trades, and still ending the day with inconsistent results? You're not alone. That's exactly why the Spy Strikers Trading Mentorship Discord community was created. Here, you can trade just one ticker for 1 hour and make strides towards consistent results. Join the Spy Strikers community and get daily live trading, clear pre-market game plans with key levels and high probability buy and sell zones, over 4 hours of delay-free, ad-free live trading and training, plus high win rate trade alerts, automated technicals that simplify charts, and full access to my strategies and indicators. This isn't a signal service. It's a community focused on process over profits, giving you all the resources, guidance, and training to help you succeed. You'll also get a full watch list, 1,500 plus hours of live trading videos, courses, an educational library, ebooks, and dedicated support. Stop guessing. Start trading with confidence. Become a Spy Striker today, and take your trading to the next level. Tired of wasting